Billie Jean, Christian Dior. I'm up in all the stores. When it rains, it pours. She like the way I heard. When I walk in the spot, 30 on me, buy the cup, go that I'm paid. I'm a thot, get me lit, I can't with these cause this is gay. All in my page, all of my comments are screaming my name while I'm in the club, throwing them hundreds and fifties and ones. I smoke, they know I'm wildin'. If I'm on the island, I'm snatching the cell. Brody got locked, the night is real. Until he free, I'm ready to hell. Tell my shooters call me face out. For all the times we had to face out. 50 nights I do a state time. If you need the glizzy, you can take mine. You know I'm like that, I'll make a movie like TNT. Black 30 show me acting really want it. I bet I air it like DMB. Now I do I in my section, and I keep that 38 for the weapon. Remember when I came home for correction? All the bad to my direction. She like the way that I dance. She like the way that I move. She like the way that I rock. She like the way that I woo. And she let it clap for. She let it clap for. And she throw it back for. Yeah, she throw it back for. Like a Mary. Billie Jean, Christian Dior. I'm up in all the stores. When it rains, it pours. She like the way I heard. Like a Mary. Billie Jean, Christian Dior. I'm up in all the stores. When it rains, it pours. She like the way I heard.
Let me start by saying a very special good afternoon to you, the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. Top of the afternoon to those of you on the web. Locking us down right now via our Facebook page. Good afternoon to Manuela Peters, to Edmund J. Thomas. The entire crew on the inside, yeah? A very special good afternoon to those of you locking us down via YouTube. To Hazel Felix and the entire crew on YouTube. To those of you locking us down, whether it's on the TuneIn app or TrinidadRadios.net, or wherever you're listening to my voice, I say thank you so much for choosing me. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're with me, and for this I am grateful. My name is Aisha Wells, and I'm in your company today until 5 o'clock. As promised, we're going to allow you to touch on the issues affecting you in the first hour. So feel free to hit us up on 342-0081 771-1791 466-5391. Internationally, you can reach me on 718-874-3860. The line's already busy. Let's see who's on the outside. Caller, good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon, myself. How are you?
I'm good, thanks for asking.
All right, I'm just congratulations on the new election. There's so much things in this country to talk about them, but I want to talk about the issue. That's the thing that the only place to do that that's not. But I was watching something on TV page that that one of the UNC candidates has put a press conference still demanding recounts. I think that was Mr. Hunt. I'm a little confused, Aisha. Hello?
I can hear you, caller.
There was something. When people counting ballot, right? Doesn't it have like a UNC polling agent and a pin and polling who does vet the polling cards on them?
Well, I would assume that, so, there are polling agents from all parties
why
there.
Why are they asking for recount again and we get the preliminary count? We wasting time already.
Well, according to a press release from the opposition party, they're claiming that it's within their constitutional right.
You know, I just ask myself, if it was the other way around, you know, if you know, done this sort of thing, I want to find out if people pressuring the BNM to call it quit and let us form an extra from the government. Because we need a Minister of Health, we need a Minister of Education, and in back about the COVID-19 cases, we need to find out what's going on. We need some policy steps. You understand where I'm coming from?
Thank you so much.
One more thing, please.
Yes, sure.
I noticed that with the backlash against the young lady who made the speech concerning boycotting the milk product, I noticed that the other people and them are also backed in, saying that if these other stores and them boycotting the product, Indian people should also boycott the stores that are boycotting the milk product. So I want to find out this is a tit for tat. No.
Well, I'm looking at the conversations on both sides. It's terrible. It can never mean well for our country. Because
this is very destructive. And I see your next thing too. After that, drinking the milk, the punch, and you see he doesn't give a damn who gets lost. So everything was tit for tat. I just hoping that when the government, the authorities come in, that they'll probably have some kind of new people to be put in place. Because this thing has to stop. But then again, all this things happen at home. What the children are taught. Even just to extent. Okay?
Thank you so much, caller. Like I said, until I see more being said by those who sought political office a few days ago on this issue, because clearly they are supporters of these political parties engaging in the action, only then I think we would see a redress for what is happening on social media. I want the condemnation to come from all quarters so we can get back to a level of normalcy. Caller, you live?
Hi, Aisha. One thing I want to find out. Do you remember they have a law in Trinidad called the Equal Opportunity Act 2005, where it states that it's against the law to make any disparaging remarks against a person or a grouping of people based on race, religion, or ethnic grouping, that it is a charge. Why aren't these people being slapped with charges? This is the law of the country. What is going on? Hello?
I'm here, caller. I'm here.
Yeah, I'm trying to understand why it is nobody is being arrested. Because, oh my God, you can't get a more open forum than social media. It's the world. And we have people making disparaging remarks. But again, as I said, the fist is rotten from the head. And when you have people in leadership positions who are supposed to be exemplars, making it sound like it is okay to insult people based on their race. When you reach to that level, it means that it shows a high level of ignorance because you have nothing to say anymore to make a point. So you have to go at personality or the race or some other thing to try to make a point to show that, you know, because you cannot win. And people have to understand that's a high level of ignorance and stupidity. No, what I would like to see happen from this is that black people, oh my gosh, this is the end of the last year for the 10-year period for peoples of African descent. Can't you all realize what's going on and start to make something of yourselves, elevate yourselves? We can no longer depend on people who don't like us to see about us. You put your hands in a person for medicine who don't care about you. Look at what the people saying, how they want to put...
Okay, so caller, if that is the case, and you will go to the hospital to seek treatment, and the doctor that is there to treat you is of East Indian descent, would you refuse treatment?
As it stands now, you can't. But what I am saying...
But you're calling for us to separate ourselves from those who don't like us. Is that not what you're saying?
I am saying to bring yourself up. Because there are no stupid children. They might have lazy children. Because if Dr. Rowley could reach to the Prime Minister, why it is any other black person can achieve anything high? Why we just always want to be telling each other, well, you know, he don't not good at books, so I go send him to do a trade to what? To be a slave for the rest of your life? Come on. It's time we elevate ourselves, pull yourselves up by your bootstrings. This is no time for sacking because we see in world over people do not like you. So you can ill afford to continue to rely on people who don't like you to have all this power over you.
But you're talking that, and I hear you, but some of our people are also employed with the same so-called people that you're claiming that don't like them. So what are they to do? Walk off their jobs? I'm trying to bring the narrative where we all need each other to survive in Trinidad and Tobago.
We all need each other. But when it is we have to remain dependent, I am trying to get a level of independence so we can have a lawyer who can be sympathetic to our cause because they understand your plight. And you have a judge that will understand, not to give you a blind for no reason, no. But like as we saw in the past where a man, when an argument with his mother, broke his mother's glasses. And he was given 2 years. And 2 young girls in penal area break into a store to take bling. And because to go and lime in a party, and because the judge looked like them, the 2 girls was given us a slap on the hand, but the man was of African descent, and the judge was of Indo-Trinidadian descent. So of course he felt the full brunt of the law. And this disparity, and this is what we see in America, guys, the difference in the treatment. Look at what happened with Floyd. Can you imagine, based on what these people are saying here, if the UNC had won, none of us would have been able to breathe. Think about that for a little bit. You all have a nice day.
Thank you so much, caller. I'm going back to the phone lines, taking your calls. Let's see who's there. Call your life. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Aisha.
Hi.
Rastaman from the Goya.
Sure. How you doing, Rastaman?
I'm normal. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Poor. I just want to honestly, openly congratulate Dr. Keith Rowley for his winning the election. And I honestly want to say, I listen to the minister, and it's something I keep saying across the board, you have to look for equality. We're not getting that. I shared numerous examples. I could bring numerous things I could say. Everybody would have their own example and their own situation. But I'm telling you, Aisha, it's time we start to look for equality. It must be one across the board. It can't be biased to some, and I keep saying that time and time again. They say, the other day when I call and people, the chantise my name all how. Even people working in the studio chantise, they say all kind of thing on my personal life out of here. Up to now, they wouldn't call and apologize as adults, even though I rectify the problem in front of the child. Right one. Two, I want to talk about the same thing I'm talking about with ministers and them going to get away with anything. Billions of dollars missing and nobody can get locked up. But now Dr. Keith Rowley, before they say he's only get 5 years, and then after the next party come to change, now we had 10 consecutive. Before he came in, when he had won, before he was even elected, I talked to other people on the program and told them it's time to start to hold these people accountable to the manifesto. That is the contract to the world, to the nation, to everybody. It's time to start to do that because you can't tell me now you had 5 years, you can't lock up everybody, nobody building in Bata. It just disappear. All these things everybody know. But at the convenient time when they say bring it up, they just forget. That is the time when they're supposed to talk about it with the Minister of National Security or the Commissioner. All of a sudden these questions just go unanswered and unasked. But now they have 10 years to do something. If in a normal routine search, Aisha, police pull me over on the main road. They want me to lie down on the ground. And they know nothing. They just see me in my car and I look like a suspect. Come out on the ground. Hands up, gun cocked. But these people toting billions of dollars off. Billions, and you know what's going on? They're going to start big establishment to help their friends and family, and they watch the back while they work, and this isn't making sense no more. It's not making, and this is the reason why I keep saying over and over and over. This race thing is now happening now. It's been happening years. But somehow, conveniently, as you said yesterday, a wrong election, it is starting to play up. And then you know what has happened? 2 months after election, everything died out and it's going back to normal. As I asked someone yesterday before yesterday, they're complaining about the Black Lives Matter in the America thing with the pandemic. Now is not a good time. Please tell me when this be a good time. check all your calendar for the next 30 years of all your life and tell me when would be a good time to fix that situation. It will never be a good one. You can check your calendar from now till you die. No, it will never be a politics. It's never a good time. It's never a good time. Never a good time. So that is why I commend the black brothers and them in America who are standing up for themselves. Because it will never have an appropriate time to do it. It's the same thing in Trinidad. It will never have an appropriate time. Unless we decide that now is the time. As citizens. And you know, Aisha, locked on and listening to you.
All right, thank you so much, Rastaman from Digo. In the next hour, of course, we're keeping with the entrepreneurship and development. We're going to be discussing a suggestion from a consultant and former CDB Director of Economics, Dr. Justin Ram. He is saying in order to see an economic transformation in TNT over the next 5 years, the new government has to focus on making the business environment in TNT more competitive. One way he suggests of doing this is depreciating the exchange rate or devaluing the dollar. We're going to take a look at that in the next hour. Feel free to call us now. The lines are open. I'm taking your calls. Touch on issues affecting you to this hour. Numbers to call 342-0081, 771-1791, 466-5391. Let's see who's there. Call you live.
Aisha, how you doing?
Hey, how you doing, my brother?
I'm glad very good. You know, I always like to respond to Rastaman from Digo because one of the things that is easy to come on the television and say on the radio and say is we want to do like the brothers in America. Do what? Do what for what? What is come and I just tell them, they find a little rough. But brother, you have to understand there's systemic racism in America. It's designed. In other words, the quantity of the money from budget doesn't go to the black areas as much as the other areas. That's systematic. Systemic. It don't happen here. So that's one thing I want you to get correct. So when you want to use George Floyd, get that out of your mind. The other thing, Aisha, I am quick to define racism on the basis I told you the other day. It's more tolerant thing. Right? We have it very good in Trinidad. People say that the politician, and it's easy to say that, generalize the situation and say the politician. I am saying no, and I keep telling people like Rastaman from Digo, race comes from a whole economic background. And not only that, you have to be careful here because it will look as though you're up on a sudden way against the Indians. That's not the case. Because there are a lot of East Indian people here have African people employed in the industry, doing very good. One such example is an Indian guy, one Pennywise, you know. And almost 55% of the employees are of African descent, you know. We know that, you know. However, if you have people out there so embroiled and hate when Dr. Oli win an election, and you come in on the radio and talking about black brothers, and they understand the importance of not so much Dr. Oli leading, but for people to understand that even when you lose an election, don't put your people in a position where they're angry, they're making a racist comment, and you don't come on the television and say, hey, stop that. That's two different conversations. And I keep telling you before the election that the right-thinking citizens, it is more than what the UNC has. It's more. And I keep telling you that the leadership in the UNC, Aisha Wells, that leadership, they have to change that woman for number one, the specialty sister. I told you before the election that she's damaged goods. She is. She cannot win an election. And if UNC supporters and the hierarchy in the service, in the population, East Indian people who hold master's degree and so on. Look at Ralph Maraj. Ralph Maraj is a writer and everything, and Ralph Maraj could not see that Prasad Visesa is damaged goods. Something wrong. So these are not racist comments. This is for East Indian people who support Kamala Prasad and African people to understand when a leader has outlived her usefulness. And outcomes, when you're debating, you're talking about Blank Man, Oreo, not much people in the CCJ. You don't want that leader for Trinidad and Tobago, Rastaman from Digo. But let's get with the program. Dr. Rowley is not the problem, you know. Some of us are the problem. If I go, Aisha, I said before that people just feel that Dr. Rowley had to take care of the black man. That may be so, because people felt that Kamala Prasad dealt with East Indian people, which was wrong, because allegedly you have a man $400 million and he can't come back here. Only want Dr. Rowley to do that. I keep telling people too that sometimes you have to make a leader proud of you. That is why Kamala Prasad has the comfort to say anything she wants. Her people comfortable economically strong, business, everything. So she feels that she could be a loose cannon. No, right-thinking citizens outnumber them. And now that they lose the election, they hurt and come in rants. Who is to quell that? The leadership of the UNC, who have most of the East Indian people following her. Nothing wrong with that. Is there no big debate? She has to deal with that, no, Dr. Rowley? Take care, Shan Rastaman. Let me talk, because I feel you have it wrong, because you're talking about things here, for me, you can't give one example of what is the problem here with African people. When you give me one, I will apologize. Take care, Aisha.
Thank you so much. Last night on my Facebook page, I had to light up a number of people, both African and East Indian descent, on the racial comments they are making on social media. So one can assume that it's happening on both sides of the fence. And I'm saying if we are serious about addressing this race talk, then let us do it from all angles. I see today the Catholic Church came out in condemnation, and I want to congratulate them. I want to hear from the Mahasabha. I want to hear from the Ashtra Muslim League. I want to hear from the Spiritual Baptist community, from the Baha'i faith. I want to hear from political leaders. I want to hear from party members. I want this to be a national conversation. Elsie spinning top in mud. Let's go to the lines again. Good afternoon, you're live.
Yeah, this is Aisha.
How are you?
Aisha, I am very confused. Yeah? What I say is good, right? Both sides. But I don't know if you watched Breaking Barriers last night. International has noted that, yes, at times that both sides do think the racial line, but he noticed that with these things in the Facebook, 80% of the nasty comment is coming from supporters of the UNC. That's the whole thing about it, whether we like it or not. Also, Aisha,
Yes.
this counting. Tell me something. Where were the UNC polling agents when they was counting? Were they asleep? They don't know the difference between a good ballot and a spoiled ballot paper. So why are they asking for recount again? I am trying to understand that, or are they delaying? You know, because I am seeing Guyana all over again in this country, you know. But I find it very funny because it seems like the UNC politicians were asleep when they were starting the count. And people didn't find it passing strange that they put Tobago East as a marginal seat. I was watching CNC3 too. There was a perception that it was going with the UNC, but when the tally was going down lower, up to 9 o'clock, 10:30, we see the results went in favor of the PNM.
Thank you so much, caller.
So did the UNC people drop the ball? They didn't tell you things properly?
Thank you so much. All right, remember, you can call us live on the program right now, have your say, on 342-0081. You can call us on WhatsApp via 771-1791. And internationally, reach us on 718-874-3860. Remember, if you're looking at us on Facebook, remember to like the video and share the live. Caller, you're live. Good afternoon. Sorry, I lost your call. Feel free to call us back. Good afternoon, caller. You're live.
Good afternoon, Aisha.
Good afternoon.
I have listened to so much persons giving suggestions. I would like to give mine too as to what could be done. And I think they have to start with persons in their homes, because people learn about racism from their own homes, where from parents and people in their community. And it may be helpful to start to begin to talk about everyone is created by God and that we are all created equal, so that our national anthem will in fact be correct about it. Every creed and race has an equal place, that people have to respect each other. It may probably require some amount of legislation to ensure that there's equality when it comes to getting into schools and universities and medical school and lawyers, because a lot of the African persons, when they are persons in charge who are about Indian origin, they prevent them from getting it even though they're properly qualified. So we have people going to Jamaica and other countries to get qualified even though their grades are higher than East Indians. So there needs to be some kind of review board so people can make complaints when they feel that they're being discriminated against. Our equal opportunity personnel do not act swiftly enough because we have people like Gary Cummins, etc., who had to wait so many years, and even many other persons who, when they were put out of jobs by the UNC, have still waiting for redress because it was not based upon their qualifications, but rather because of favoritism. So there needs to be a quicker redress for persons who feel discriminated and persons who feel that they're not being treated equally or denied opportunity for advancement, that they could have quick redress so that they could be able to continue with their studies or other situations where in fact they could be justly able to function. And unless that is done, we will not be able to stamp out racism, even because it's so ingrained that their leaders are teaching it in their mosque and in their temples and in their homes. So it's such a part of them. But we have to make them see that it's not right before God and not right for us to treat each other as if they are any better than each other. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And that was my conversation yesterday. That to address racism, it must start from in the home. Let's see who's there. Call A Live.
Hi, Aisha.
Hi.
How you do?
I'm good, thanks.
Sweet. Hey, Aisha. I saw last night Inshan put up a picture of your former colleague going to eat a banana. I told you it trickles down, Aisha. It trickles down from the top. Name it is banana. And I heard also Dr. Rowley said in an interview on CNC3 that one of the challenges that they had was protecting the borders. Aisha, he ain't ashamed to say that. Dr. Rowley is ashamed to say that. Look, let me do start. Thanks for the time. I will leave it there.
You, Mr. Leave it there, man. You only come to make bacchanal and go your way.
Oh, gosh, you something else again?
No, but go every evening, you know. You just come and pelt your job. You just cuss up the UNC, cuss up the PNM, and when you're done, you leave it and you go on your way.
Yes,
why you just do me that every evening?
It's just such a waste of time, Aisha. It's just such a waste of time.
You have any comments on the racism situation happening now?
The racism? It trickles down, Aisha. It's both sides doing it, you know, from the top. And it's not going to stop. We can talk until night today. And it's not going to stop. They can have big meeting here, big meeting there to talk about it. And it's going to continue. It has just now with a by-election coming up. You watch.
By-election? Which part having a by-election?
Huh?
But which part having by-election?
And it has some people have to go in parliament now and give up their position.
People like who?
Who win election on the UNC side?
Papa, well, you know more than me.
Hey, watch yourself, girl. I'll leave it there.
All right, you leave it right there. All in for the by-election. Next year's THA election, you are by-election before next year. Oh, Lord, my God. I'm going to go back to the phone line. Every line is lit. Call A Live. Good afternoon.
Hi, good evening, Aisha.
How are you?
I'm fine. Have you ever heard Dr. Rowley make any derogatory remarks or racial remarks?
When you say racial and derogatory, in what context?
You know what I mean? Like against other parts, against other races?
Well, no, I have not heard him. I must say, I have not heard him.
Caller, please, it is not both sides at the top. Let him get his facts right.
All right, thank you so much. The lines are open. We'll take some calls. Let me read some comments as they come in. Marjorie, Happy Life Marjorie says in Jamaica, it is normal for East Indian people to be called, and she named it, just like in Grenada, we are Trinis. Lorena says, I would like to know if Kingsley's opinion on the racial statements. You'll be surprised to know Kingsley is condemning the racial statements, Lorena. Felicia Thomas say, put out a poll and let people choose between the PNM and the UNC and he will still win. Well, you just need to know that and move on. Let me say good afternoon to Judy Bernard. Caller, you live?
Yeah, good evening to my sister Aisha.
How you doing, my brother?
Well, I good after the Almighty God. And see the caller before the woman there? He have it wrong, because he's talking about all that is racism from all sides. African, them no born. African does accept any race. Let us be real. Anyways, but you see the Indians, some of them do not accept everybody. If you have an Indian son and you have a nice sister, just tell him you love your sister and you see you only done The friendship done. Let us be real. We don't push too much the thing under the carpet. The African does accept any race. Any race of people. You know why African talking now? We bear it for too long. All under Satma, GT, all kind of blow. I will just sit down quiet. That go pass. But there's a time and a place for everything. A time and a season for everything. And this is the season. And the African has to talk out. This is the season. The thing is right to the world. We bear it for too long. And he's talking about all of them is the same. And he's talking about the border. Didn't Manning buy the OPVs and them? What Kamlan do? Talk straight. Kamlan them did not take the OPVs. How you going to blame Dr. Rowley for that now? How could you blame Dr. Rowley for that now? What you want to do? Stand up in the air and protect the borders? So Mr. Manning was buying them. They're coming down. They send them back. Kamla and Ramlogan. That cannot work. It cannot work. The war is on the land, not on the sea. That's what the direction has goes. We're not talking the truth. And that is madness. Unless you don't stop this. Because you see what happened to the woman? They have feared that from inside her she. Because she hears them that all the time. But she reached the age now that she could talk out. She could talk out. And I asked her a question. Why it is that people in this country, now if you're selling food is supposed to be transparent, eh? It's supposed to be transparent. If you're selling me something, I'm supposed to see what it is selling me from. You have people in this country selling food in boxes, have it in plastic containers. You cannot see what it is. And the Ministry of Health is not doing nothing about it. I'm talking about double vendors. Why all other places go to buy food, you see them have it in glass cases? Why do they have it? Why this food must be covered up and hidden away? And the Ministry of Health does nothing about it. These are things they have to pull. Because you hear what you want to say. We have to be serious in this country now. The African, we have to be serious in this country. What eat and where eating it from? Have a blessed day.
All right, thank you so much. Our WhatsApp is up and running as well, so feel free to send us your voice notes. Obviously, I have to screen them before I play them. On 771-1791, 466-5391. Send your messages as well. I would read them. Remember to like the video and share the live. Let's get those numbers up. Caller, you're live. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Aisha.
How are you today?
I'm good. Aisha, I cut myself off earlier.
How come though?
I was going to raise the volume and the off knob is right next to it. So I was holding the phone and not looking. Pressed the wrong one. But I have, well, I'm on now. Yeah, Aisha, the recount is in the Constitution. It is a part of the electoral process. It does not always kick in. From time to time, a candidate might feel that because of my feel of what is going on, something has gone wrong here, I would like a recount. And that's built into the law. That is nothing imposed from outside. Any candidate could ask for a recount. Of course, if you win, it would be ridiculous for you to ask for a recount. The person that loses would want to ask for a recount. I hear all kinds of ridiculous comments on this. Secondly, the view expressed by the Ramsaran drink lady. Now, let me say that I have enjoyed that whenever I had bought it over the years. But I don't drink sugary drinks. I haven't been drinking that for a long, long time now. So, that's out for me. But I did enjoy it. So I have no problem with the company and its products. The ladies' comments, they were very, very far out of line. But if you delve into it, what she was basically saying is that we are paying taxes here to support people who just reproducing and voting. They're not contributing to their own upkeep. Right? She said it in her own very hostile way, but that's what she was saying. That we are paying taxes, those of us who work and so on, and we are contributing to the upkeep of people who are contributing nothing. We mining them. through the government, and then you can go and explore that. How is it implemented? People, companies and people and so on, we pay various taxes, and then this money is just sent to people who are unable to take care of themselves for a million different reasons. And we in the Indian community, I was told earlier by a presenter on another station, speak for yourself. I spoke for myself, and then I told them it is my view that this is widely held in the Indian community. So I'm doing the same thing. I'm speaking for myself, but this is my view because I got this view from other people, and I have checked it out, and I have found it to be correct. That enough African people are not living their lives in a way to avoid dependency. Now, sometimes it happens to you, you can't help it. But if you live your life in a way, from generation to generation, you could end up avoiding dependency. And what we have found from the garrison communities of the PNM is basically all they have to do is vote PNM, and there's a lot of programs that roll out. And when another party wins, because they cannot survive without it, you still have to do it. Because now people will starve, or they will tell you, I ain't have no food, I have to thief. So we have communities like that. And not only in those communities, and other more established communities that take care of each other and so on, you still have that. And yes, you have it among Indian and white people countries.
Because I was just about to ask you if these same programs don't benefit people from other communities as well. I'm trying to find out if you're somewhat agreeing with the comment of Ms. Ramsaran.
We are looking at the numbers. You get all kinds, good, bad, and ugly, in all kinds of people, and you get all kinds of dependencies in all kinds of people. But in Trinidad, I'm not speaking about Africa, India, America, and so on. I'm not close enough to the people there. But here I live and mingle among them for, all these years.
So is it that, can I take from what you're saying, is that you somewhat agree or understand what Ms. Ramsaran is saying?
I don't agree with the way she put it. She put it in a way that is very aggravating. But the underlying sentiment that you're taxing productive people to hand over money to people who are not making sufficient effort. I do not believe that a large enough amount of Africans are trying to avoid dependency. I think many of them are happy to just roll over from generation
I disagree with you, Pinal, because I am from these communities. I see people struggling to make an honest dollar and not be dependent on the state. The thing about social services is that it doesn't only benefit people of African descent. It is there for everyone. I know people who are not of African descent are in communities like Bangladesh and other areas that are predominantly East Indian, and they are benefiting from these same social programs, Mr. Pinal.
Yeah, but what you're missing, everybody misses this point, is that are you trying to get out of it from generation to generation, or are you just happy there? And secondly, what do the numbers show? What percentage of the program goes to Africans, and who is paying that money? What percentage goes to Indians?
So is it that we should now go back to the social services and break down the program based on ethnicity? Well, then that's not solving the problem, that's creating the problem.
If we want to identify the problem areas that need attention, that need to be fixed, we need to know where it is going. If you say, well, it's going here and there and over there, and it's been that way for 40 years, surely something there needs to be fixed. So
but I still think that you're missing the point when I tell you that there are people of East Indian descent living below the poverty line that is also benefiting from these programs.
I am not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying that the numbers are severely distorted, and that is the point.
Well, you don't have the numbers, and I don't have the numbers, so we're arguing based on something that we don't have the statistics for.
On the fact that who comes out to riot when the programs don't show up.
So we're going to base this conversation based on those who protest over these programs. We all know when it comes to civil, wait 1 minute, Pinal, we all know when it comes to protest action, people of African descent are most boisterous. Let's put it that way. But that doesn't mean that only them benefiting from the program, Pinal.
maybe if they had directed their minds to making a better living, they wouldn't have all that time to do that.
Mr. Pinal,
So
before me and you end up into an
overall,
argument this afternoon,
let me
let we
just wrap
part
it
ways,
up
please,
because,
and thanks.
let me just wrap it up, right?
Thanks, I appreciate
Overall,
it much.
It is my perception that enough African people are not trying hard enough to get out of dependency. And that's what the lady was saying in her own very crude way. Thank you.
And I am disagreeing with you, Pinal, because I know a lot of people from of African descent from these communities doing their best to get out of poverty. I also know that the programs that the government gives benefit people from all walks of life and not just people of African descent. I do not have the figures how many East Indians or how many Africans benefit from it, but the programs are there for all. So to say that it's one group of people benefiting from taxpayers' money, I mean, everybody pays taxes here. Even those who are benefiting from the program have to pay back taxes and food and all these other items that they partake of. I think people stereotype my people from my community because we are the easy targets. But I know people from Bangladesh, which is a poor East Indian community, benefit from social programs. There are people in Penal that benefiting from social programs. There are people in Barrackpore, in all these areas benefiting from social programs. To say that it's predominantly in African communities is wrong. And your argument is based on how many people has come out to protest when the program's done. Because we all know persons of African descent is most likely because we are most boisterous, but that doesn't mean others aren't benefiting from it as well. So because you couldn't condemn what she said, in your own way, Mr. Pinal, you tried to convert what she said in your own way to make sense for you. And I'm saying that is just wrong. Call a spade for once, Mr. Pinal. What the goodly lady said was wrong. It was aimed to a particular group of people, and until you have the figures from social development, how many East Indians are benefiting or Africans, change the way you think. Change the way you think. Let me take some more message. One texter says, Aisha, I think we as a people have to take a pause before this gets too far and that it cannot come back from. How it started was wrong. But we continue in the same type of narrative is just as wrong. This is Trinidad and Tobago. We are better than this. Don't let the foolishness of a few dictate the many. All right, let me continue to read. All right, one texter say, blessed day to all Yankers. Good afternoon to the Yankers in the house. Somebody else says, hey, Aisha, good afternoon. There is some East Indians, but oh God, some of them just get on like they only them alone must live in Trinidad and not us Africans. All right, somebody is saying, Pinal, you're talking nonsense because he's agreeing with her. Yeah? Someone else is saying, or they sent me back, cheer up, beautiful one. Thank you so much, international message. I can't cheer up when I'm listening to Pinal. Pinal just made me realize why I have to have extra patience when I come here in the afternoon. I continue to read. Somebody saying it have people who well off still benefiting from some of these government programs and they don't need it. Tell Pinal he's talking foolishness. Pinal is one of the racial sets because he's set in his ways. Aisha, you have real patience. Yeah, I need to have a little bit more, I think. A little bit more. Nelly went over the edge with Pinal a short while ago. Caller, you live?
Hi, Aisha. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Brooklyn, you know how long I hear you? I was wondering if something happened. Brooklyn, how you take that one, boy? How you take it? How you take it?
Everything cool, you know.
How you take it, Brooklyn?
Huh?
How you take it? How you take it?
No, well, you know me, it really doesn't matter who win or lose with me, you know. I just support this child life that I would do better for the country, but at the end of the day, whether PNM or UNC win, it ain't gonna do much for me, I just, you know. But at the end of the day, you know, congrats to whoever win. If PNM win, congrats to them because we all still have to live and they still have to govern the country that form of respect still no matter what, you know. And I just want to say, concerning this whole Ramsaran thing, I think if I have a child and my child grow up and my child do a crime or do something wrong and get arrested, the parent shouldn't feel the pain. And from what I understand, the daughter really had nothing to do with the company. So, you know, the boycott of the company, I really find that don't make no sense. That's just making it, you know, I find that taking it too far. If they want to pressure the daughter, whatever, for she comment, you know, because it was disrespectful, And I know too it was disrespectful the way she put it over. You know, she apologized. There's a lot of people in Trinidad and Tobago with businesses and did a lot of wrong things and apologized, and we accepted it. So, you know, that is a company is a base company out of Trinidad and Tobago, and I always believe people deserve a second chance, and I think we all should give them a second chance. And with what Penal saying, Penal, you know, I really can't take sides with you this afternoon. You have to say a wrong is a wrong, and we have to be able to accept when you're wrong and apologize for your wrong, and it's up to the people if they want to accept the apology. Aisha, with the whole race thing, I'm going to tell you something. I look at a place like Qatar. You could be in whatever race you want to be, but when you live in there, there's one race. There's one religion. And this is the problem with the race thing in Trinidad and Tobago. What a different religion causing division. And if it was just, okay, we have a religion, but it have a general, religion, and that is what base everybody would be more together. Everybody would have an understanding. I think that racism should be a hate crime, just as the gay people have, the right. So if you say, certain things to them, it could be considered a hate crime. I think it's time Trinidad and Tobago, whether whoever making the races come serve, they should be prosecuted to a point. Just why they want to charge $1,000 for a seatbelt, and they want to charge $1,000 for a tire, which is really not important, but being your mindset towards a different race of people and want to be disrespectful to them, which could cause violence. That should be something that Trinidad and Tobago should look at. If you had to sit down 3 months in jail, because that is not acceptable in our country, this is what I think should go ahead and move forward with this whole racist thing to put a stop to it. And then we can live together. I shall have a blessed day.
Thank you so much, Brooklyn. Thank you for calling in. I have a minute before break. Very quickly, let me read those messages under my watch party. So Claire saying, Mr. Penal, come on. Hold them accountable just like Diane T-Shop. She is the accountant of her father's company, she says. Sheldon Simon says, Mr. Penal, really bling. I live in Chagonas and I see many Indo-Trinidadians using food cards and getting grants. All right, let me see who else is commenting under my watch party. Reina Diaz is saying, Lord Penal, Lordy Doddy. Yeah, Penal, it's just Penal. While Sherry Murad says, when Aboud made comments, was all forgiven when they realized that they will be out of work. Lorena says, the daughter and the son made comments. What does that say about the family? Judith Chambers says, I wonder if she apologizes from her heart. That's another thing. All right, let me say 27% of Saparias living under the poverty line, said Inshan Ishmael. She sends a clip and she says, play it and you'll see. UNC Strongholds, governed by Kamala herself, is one of the poorest constituencies. Let Mr. Penal know this. All right, let me see who else is on our message board. The person sent me a message. All right. So I'm going to take that break, 30 seconds to go. I will be right back. Stay with me. In the meantime, you can like the video and share the live, all right? Yes, surely Aisha Wells with you until 5 p.m.
They talk. You talk. Come talk with us. On the street 919 FM.
Get interactive with the Street 919 FM.
All day, every day. See us all live on our Facebook page.
Share and comment on our show.
Like our page.
Chat with our live on-air announcers.
The Street 919's Facebook page.
Live and interactive all day, every day. The Street 919 FM.
Come talk with us.
This is Wayne Delamore, Head Consultant and Director of Natural Health Solution. With over 15 years of experience in clinical nutrition and microscopy, we specialize in early detection and prevention. We incorporate evidence-based nutrition and science-driven analysis. Tune in to our educational program every Wednesday right here on the Street 91.9 FM. For appointments, call 222-2189 or 304-5816. At Natural Health Solutions, we offer a natural solution to healthy living.
Join Wayne Delamore on Wednesdays from 9:15 a.m. to 9:45 a.m. right here on the street, 919 FM.
It's not just books and stationery to think about this semester. You need to invest in your eyesight. Get ready to go back to school with A+ eyewear from Value Optical and Trin Optics. Save from 30 to 50% off each complete spectacle for you and your family. Ensure that your eyes are protected with the best in lens technology and quality frame designs this semester. Conditions apply. See in store and online for more details. Value Optical, caring for your eyes.
Oh, Matthew, where you like, man?
We on the Avenue.
The Avenue?
Yeah, Greenville Avenue in Santa Rosa. Look for we by the Rusty Gate Pub.
Bring the bar home with Angostura. Win a fully stocked bar with personal bartender and celebrity DJ for you and your crew at home. Simply purchase select Angostura rum 750 ml or larger. Then upload your receipt and contact info at www.angosturapromos.com or WhatsApp us at 684-2506. We bring the rum, you add the vibes. Be safe. Please enjoy responsibly.
Sharing your goals, helping you find your place in the world. Gratitude, holding your hand, leading the way, here for your needs, making sure that you succeed. Eastern's lending a hand. Eastern together, we're leading the way. Credit Union, leading the way.
Sign up and save with Green Dot. When you subscribe to any of our broadband packages, you get 30% off the installation fee, allowing you to stream your favorite shows on any of your devices. Update your social media accounts and connect with friends and family. Stay on top of the class with online learning sessions, or keep your team in the loop with virtual meetings, all at an affordable price. This is a limited time offer, so don't wait. Call 224-GDOT today to sign up and save with Green Dot, improving and simplifying lives.
Every child is incredibly intelligent. Parents, reach higher. Be stronger. Join Olive Reyes Clark, producer of the IBG line of educational products, right here every Thursday morning at 11:15. Get the genius out of the children. Hear how you can work with the IBG phonic program and see your children learn at least 200 times faster. Remember, IBG guarantees rapid progress for champions to turn this nation around. It's right here on 91.9 FM every Thursday morning at 11:15. For more info, call 336-3896 or 725-READ.
Renting a car in Tobago should be quick, affordable, and easy.
Wow.
Here at O'Neill Rentals, we make the process as simple as possible by using our easy e-sign-up. Yep, we can sign you up from just about anywhere using our tablets. See? All done. And everything goes straight into the cloud. Yeah, you're on your way. Are you coming to Tobago? Book your car rental with us and enjoy the most affordable rates in Tobago. But hurry, because cars go pretty fast. Call 361-1042. That's 361-1042. One more time, 361-1042. O'Neill Auto Rentals, Tobago, taking you further.
Enagic changed your water, changed your life. Enagic Water Purifier, one machine, 5 types of water. Enagic makes strong Kangen water with an 11.5 pH. Kangen water with 8.5 to 9.5 pH, healthy drinking and cooking water. Clean water with 7.0 pH. Beauty water for skin, hair, and plants with a 6.0 pH. Strong acid water with a 2.5 pH. This water is known to disinfect, kill viruses and bacteria. Listen to the Street 919 FM with Pastor Alkaline John every Tuesday from 11:05 a.m. to noon and every Wednesday from 8:05 p.m. to 9 p.m. as he talks to you weekly about how to improve your quality of life through purifying and drinking water. For more information, call or WhatsApp Pastor John at 516-286-7079.
Talk your talk, but we know talk. Come talk with us.
The Street 919 FM.
News from the Street, 919fm.com. Here's what's happening.
Good afternoon. I am Vanessa Thomas with the 3 o'clock news update on the Street 919 FM and online Facebook and YouTube. The mother of Social Development Minister Camille Robinson Regis has died. In a brief Facebook post, Robinson Regis announced the news of her beloved mother, Doris Robinson, who was 94 years old. We at 91.9 FM send our condolences to the minister and her family. In other news, operations at the Arima District Court has been adjusted until further notice. A statement from the ministry says everyone was evacuated from the building today and no one will be allowed to enter. This became necessary as a precautionary measure after a staff member has been tested for COVID-19. The judiciary said while the staff member has not been confirmed as COVID-19 positive, the usual precautions for that level of exposure called for the action being taken. The statement says the public will be kept apprised of developments and was reminded to use the court-paid domestic violence hotline and e-filing services. Finally, a penal mechanic employed at TN Tech has tested positive for the virus. 919 FM understands that several of his colleagues have expressed concern that proper procedures were not followed after the worker tested positive. And there are also unconfirmed reports that a fire officer from Cuba tested positive. Trinidad and Tobago has recorded 43 new cases this morning, bringing the total count to 369. The Health Ministry says this figure is from August 5th to the present. And that was the 3 o'clock news update on the Street 919 FM and online Facebook and YouTube. Stay tuned for major news at 4. I am Vanessa Thomas. Good afternoon.
News from the street. News from the street. 919fm.com.
All right, thank you for staying with us. Let me check some of your messages. They're coming in a lot on the message board today. So I'm going to play some voice notes, yeah? Let's do that now.
Let's say this about Mr. Pinal. Mr. Pinal, one of the citizens of this country, would like to see a race war. To start with, he is very disingenuous. And it's people like him who has the racial divide where it is today in Trinidad and Tobago. And there's a saying, a man convinced against his will is of the same opinion still. People like Mr. Pinal groomed children who are adults now, because remember he said he was a teacher. How unfortunate that people like him are exposed to contaminating children in Trinidad and Tobago. And it's people like Mr. Pinal that has the racial divide that is in Trinidad and Tobago right now. And he is proud of that. And it's people like him would love to see a race war break out in Trinidad and Tobago. He's a disgusting individual, very sick individual. And to even condone what that young lady said about referring to African people as cockroaches and putting contraceptive in water. This is a teacher who is saying on national radio that he condones that. This is a very sick individual who speaks about my community as if he knows everything about my community. He is a sick, twisted, I cannot find words to describe this sick person. And it's people like him that has Trinidad and Tobago in this sick, nasty situation that it's in right now. And I hope he's alive when Trinidad and Tobago pays for it, because they have groomed enough people to keep this race war on the front burner. And as the saying goes, Mr. Penal, be careful for what you wish, you sick individual.
All right, let me read some comments as well. America says, suddenly there's an upsurge in hate and racial comments. At the rate this is going, I feel some of these profiles are fake because when you look at their profiles on some of the comments, they don't see anything. I feel someone is trying to separate us and we have to look at who's going to benefit if we fight among each other. The young lady was very out of timing and wrong, but I can't support destroying the local brand. Pause, TNT, pause. We have an upcoming budget, COVID-19 to deal with, and we need to unite. We are all guilty. Let's just say sorry and unite. Let me play some more. I see you on the lines. Bear with me, guys. Bear with me. I really told the people to send me voice notes. So I am going to have to play some of them. Yeah, let's see who else is here.
Aisha, pleasant afternoon. You see how disingenuous Mr. Penal is? We are focusing on a race relation issue, but he wants to talk about another issue that to try to change the program. We are saying that we need for people to come out in condemnation of what is happening on the Indian aspect of talking African in this manner, cockroaches and monkeys and animals, and disrespecting the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister is the Prime Minister. And when they decide to put all of those leaders in the same bracket, we have an issue with that. I have an issue with that. I am offended by this issue that all of them is the same thing. They give us that to hold on to. So I am saying, unless those people who are in leadership position in the UNC, in that ethnic community, that Indian community, they need to come out and speak it out and say it as it is and condemn it. Until that is done, we reject every other talk. Thank you.
Miss Wells, I have to call him. After listening to Mr. Penal and that whole bunch of chunky just speak there, there goes the problem, you know. He's trying to defend what this young woman said. She said what is in her heart and the way her family think. And he's trying to defend that. And this is the problem with some of these East Indian people in Trinidad and Tobago. There lies the problem. Kamala is the one that says black people don't get anything. She's the one been preaching all that stuff. Oh, they don't get nothing when I vote for the PNM. And now he's saying something else. What's wrong with these people? These people are a bunch of lunatics. Mr. Penal, I don't know you, sir. But you need to go back and listen to what you just said. You trying to defend what this young woman said? This is craziness. How can you defend what this woman said? This is a bunch of hogwash, man. This is very upsetting to me. It's very upsetting to me. This woman said what she's been taught within our family, in the household, for a matter of fact. And this had to happen, you know. This didn't happen by mistake. This had to happen for we to know the way some of you guys think, including you, Mr. Penal. I'm sorry to say, but that's the way you think. Goodbye, sir.
Deo Narayan Maharaj says, but you guys forget, Heinz called me and my people alligators from a murky lagoon. All right, another texter says, Aisha, I don't believe religion have anything to do with race. It's what you have in your mind and how you feel about people in general. If you love, you will have race in your heart. You will not have race in your heart, but God is love and he conquers all. All right, let me see if I get another one on the inside.
Penal, all of the what I smoke, boy. You and your Facebook militia, all that races when I'm always spewing. All look careful, eh? All of the what I smoke. Oh.
Good afternoon, Miss Wells. I like your program, but yes, there's a lot of racialism going on right now. Look at example, Anil Roberts. Look at how much things he used to say about Dr. Keith Christopher Rowley, and I never heard one day Dr. Keith Rowley said anything bad about Anil Roberts, and they were so disrespectful in their campaign. And then we have to sit back and listen to what this young lady said. Yes, it come from her heart. That is what she have in her heart. And where I live, it had this young girl actually cry when she heard Dr. Keith Rowley won the election and Kamala lost. So, what are we supposed to do? What we supposed to do? We're still trying to calm it down and pat it down. But if you go up on Facebook, you will see all the comments. It's really bad.
All right, let me read some more. I see you on the lines. Bear with me. I'm coming. Abdul Jonas Malik says, Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi barakatuhu. Sister, we are heading to a Rwanda part 2. As long as this continue with what they're getting on with. All right, let me go to the phone line, see who's there. Call you live. Good afternoon.
Aisha?
Yes.
You can remember the PNM had a skit with a little child parading with a bottle of rum. I know with a water, with a bottle of rum. Next time, two gorillas pulling up a sari from a... Which one you apologize for? Sometimes you don't have to say it, you know, Aisha.
I tell you, you just come here to make bacchanal and then say leave it there, you know, waiting for the leave it there part.
But don't, I ain't even there yet. Because they're coming at me with the borders. Aisha, you know how long Dr. Rowley talk about putting police officers in the borders? Although I find it's nonsense. But you know how long he talk about that, Aisha? Where they at? Eh? And only want to come at me? When only come, bring it on. I'm waiting. Aisha, I would now leave it here.
You see what I mean? Always making bacchanal, and when he done, he leaving it there. Let me read some more comments. Julia Augusta says, good evening. Just listening. I am so tired of the back and forth talk. I just want to swear in and the government conform and settle down and get back to serving the people. I love my country, says Julia Augustus. Caller, you live? Caller, you there? Not ready. International line. Sorry, I don't know what happened. I lost you. Let's see who's there. Caller, you live?
Yes, good afternoon again, Sister Aisha.
Yes, good afternoon.
I listen to Brooklyn and all of them. Brooklyn and all of them. In Latrine, in Canal, Suspect Tank, there's a cockroach at the pinkest place. Cockroach at the place. You're proud. You're in Brooklyn and you're proud. But then the call leader tell me that they must apologize and I must take that. It's because you, not for me. I'm an African with a standing. You understand? I stand firm. And one thing my mother teach me, she tell us that. She say, if life was a thing that money could have buy, the rich would live and the poor would die. But the Almighty had made it so rich and poor we all have to die. So all the money them have, and you looking up at them. I'm not looking up at them. Them have to die and I have to die. I have nothing, and I have to die. And they have, and they have to die too. So they're not greater than me. They're not greater than me. And she did it. If it don't pull on the company, pull it down. Bring it down to the ground. And all of them will get a lesson from that. That will teach them a lesson. Have a blessed day.
Thank you so much. International line, call you live.
I show up.
Hey, Wall Street Trini, how are you?
A pleasant good afternoon to you and a pleasant good afternoon to the Trinidad and Tobago. I show well.
Yes.
Dr. Claude Anderson has a quote that states, a race that's taught to hate itself and love the world will become its own oppressor. Let me repeat that. Dr. Claude Anderson states, a race that's taught to hate itself and love the world will become its own oppressor. Now, Aisha, you know about the civil rights movement, right? The civil rights movement in the United States of America.
Yes.
The civil rights movement revolves around boycotting many companies
in order to get certain rights for black people, because black people were treated a certain way. You as an individual have to understand there are consequences for your actions. And if you are going to have certain actions, you should be able to deal with the consequences of those actions. If you cannot, the best thing for you to do is to keep your mouth shut. Let me give you an example, Aisha. Like, I am a professor at a university, right? I'm employed by that university. If I should make any untoward speech on Facebook or social media, they will get rid of me forthwith. They wouldn't even waste any time getting rid of me. When you go on social media and make such language and make such statements, you should have to deal with the consequences. And I am so disappointed in some black people in Trinidad and Tobago, and they're trying to shift the goalposts. The Soca Warriors looking for some players to shift goalposts. You know them just lose all the time. They're looking for some goalpost shifters, right? You hear how they shift the goalposts, Aisha. This young lady made a comment. There's another quote that says, once the toothpaste is out of the tube, you cannot put it back in, right? The toothpaste was already out of the tube, and she cannot put it back in, and all she could do was apologize. But hear what other people, sometimes many black people, hear what they say. Well, you know they might be employing plenty black people, and the black people will lose their jobs. What idiosyncrasy for you to say that it's okay to blast a whole population of black people, and you got to think about that. You think them really thinking about them black employees? That is sad. This young lady has to suffer the consequences for the action, and I say I'm going to close on this one. There's this gentleman who made that video going viral. He said, if you could get your children out of this country as soon as the borders open, do them a favor. Get them out of here. There's nothing left in this country for them. I said, well, I want to say to that young man, Texas, California, Arizona, I will welcome him with open arms into those states from Trinidad and Tobago. Right? We'll welcome him with open arms. If he thinks Trinidad and Tobago is so bad, Aisha, those states will welcome him, and anyone else who believes Trinidad will be so bad in the next 5 years, Texas, California, Arizona will welcome them with open arms. Aisha, I say to the people of Trinidad and Tobago, your circumstances may determine who you are, but you are responsible for who you become. Enjoy the rest of the day.
Thank you so much. International caller, you are live. All right, not sure what happened. I lost you. Let's see who's there. Yeah, caller, you live.
Hello, this is a first-time caller listening to everybody on the radio. You know what? You see the people who supporting, all the Africans who supporting the Indian party, and nothing is wrong with that. Everybody has free choice. I'm not saying that they're not supposed to do it. But you see, if you have to support a party, have some dignity. When they cross the line, you have to know when they cross the line. And it's people like Kingsley and all of these people who have those Indian people saying those things about us, because they have flavorized themselves to those people and make them look like if all of us hungry. But it's those people who are responsible for that race of people making those comments on us today. Kingsley and they need to come and apologize, because when they say black people, they mean them. When they see how they behave, they mean they feel all of us behave that way, because they went and prostitute themselves to that race.
You know, when you call out Kingsley name, he just show up.
But that's okay. He's so stupid. He must show up. He's so foolish, because he's king. He is the king traitor. He is the king traitor, because he makes them feel that they're so great, and look at how they feel about him. It's not about us. It's look how they feel about him loving them, and they could still cut his tail and he would still love them. That is the mentality of a slave. That is a slave. And this is my first time calling here, and I am fed up and tired of black people sounding so damn stupid. like Kingsley. And it's he who is responsible for those people saying all those things about us. We are friggin' proud black people.
Thank you, caller. Thank you so much. Ooh, she's boisterous, boy. Call her live.
And use a house nigger. I happy to be a slave.
Kingsley, what's your comments?
But she's a house Negro. She's a house Negro, I shall I think about the next one, but she's a house Negro. I happy to be a slave. My ancestors slave for the world. And I'm a rebel slave. Because when I see they take the house Negroes from the slave field and put them in the house and judge them. They take the most blackest man. At that time, know your history. Know your history, my darling, so you will know where you're going. People like me, the blood I have in me, is we stand up and ask and fight. You ever see Django? He will tell you about...
Don't start that, eh? Listen, talk without crying today.
You unfair to the country because Dr. Roddy make a statement and up now, as a talk shows, as a media person, you never put the clip.
What statement is this? Hold on, what statement is this?
When Dr. Roddy says he's going to empower the rich, because once he empower the rich, he will help the poor. I mean the rich will help the poor.
Kingsley,
do you agree with that statement? Yes.
For fairness sake, I will play the statement after your call.
You have to play it, Aisha Wells.
I'll play it.
And I want to hear what the PNM Africans have to say about that, Aisha Wells. Aisha Wells, you need to play the clip. Aisha Wells, when we was in the field and we see our mothers getting raped, our boys getting bugged by the 1%, by the rich man, people like us stand up and tell the house Negro, how could you be living in that house and seeing your own? The house Negroes and others went and informed us it's these house Negroes who keep us enslaved for 400 years, Aisha Wells. For 400 years, these house Negroes who keep we enslaved for 400 years. When we say, oh no, that they're raping our daughters, that they're bugging our boys, that they're cutting open our mother's belly and making our children dead. You know what, God? That last caller, they called it and called me a slave. If Kamala said that, they were going to scat Kamala. She attacked me as a black woman, she attacked a young black African man. I say that I racist, but oh, you call me a slave, baby girl. You call me a slave, you worse than the Sabgas and them. Oh my gosh. You worse than the Chinese. You call me a slave. A black person call me a slave. And she ain't know her grandmother, great-grandmother was a slave. Oh my gosh. She ain't know. Oh my gosh. She great-great-grandfather was a slave. Oh my gosh. I said, well, my belly hurting. She ain't know. I said, well, she grandmother was a slave. She ain't know she ancestors and they were slave. And she proud to defend Ronan Cicero. She called to cuss me today, I said, well, for calling in birth. A black woman could be my mother or my sister. Oh my God, your grandmother, your ancestor grandmother will be today in her grave. Do you hear you stand up and be in a house Negro and calling me a slave? Because they cussed me for Ronan Sinan. Oh my God, Ronan Sinan is a multi-millionaire. You okay? I said, well, this afternoon she come to cuss me for Faris. Faris, you're a wife. Okay? Faris, you hear the black girl cussing me for you? You hear the black woman cussing me for you? In birth, you go raise taxes again. And she could still cuss Kingsley for you in birth.
You know I cried in the studio here, right? You know I cried in the studio here.
Yes, I say you must cry.
No, I crying for a different reason than you, Kingsley. Kingsley, I am crying for a different reason than you.
Aisha, you know your ancestors were slave, Aisha. Aisha, as any question, Aisha, you know your ancestors were slaves.
See, I crying for a different reason than you, trust me.
The question, Aisha,
No, I'm not getting into that with you. I'm not getting into that with you.
Aisha, all of us who is African, all of us who are African, our grandparents and our grandmothers, our ancestors who fight for us to be free. 400 years we was under slavery. And this woman calling, I say, I want to tell you something, this lady. May the African gods never look down at you. May your words on me drop on the fruit. Oh my gosh. I want to say it again. May your words drop on the fruit. Oh my gosh. Oh my, how could you have Berry to call in to cuss me for Stuart Young? Yeah, you call in not to cuss me for Rowley, but to cuss me for Stuart Young. You call in here to cuss me for Kazem Hussein. Oh my gosh, Aisha West. She called here to cuss me for Dr. Rowley bestie friend A and V. Oh my
Kingsley,
God.
I had to console myself now. I need to go.
Aisha, go now, Aisha West. Dr. Rowley ain't no she. I will tell you something. Dr. Rowley knows Kingsley. I want to say it again. Try a nasty, stinking, dirty woman. You should.
All right, no, I have to go now. Every afternoon until I get help for Kingsley, I am going to say that I need help for him. Every afternoon. And I beg some of you guys, do not call his name. He have 4 cell phones and speed dial to radio stations. The minute you call his name, he shows up. Please refrain from calling his name. And I am still looking for help for him. If anybody knows a psychologist who enjoys a challenge, let me know. He's my neighbor. I am willing to carry him myself. All right, so I ain't lying. I get a good laugh day. I in stitches, actually. I am. I have some voice notes to play and some messages to read. It is so much. Storm Clementville is killing herself on the live. Storm, I can't catch myself, girl. I can't. I really can't. That was too much for me. I tell you, it's too much. Every day is just a lot sometimes. Today, he make me laugh. Today, I laugh. Call her live.
Aisha.
Yes, good day to you.
Good afternoon. You know this number?
No, I don't know this number.
Oh, Brooklyn, good afternoon. And Tolly Children, good afternoon. You crying? I smile and I laughing. You don't know this number, Aisha. Aisha, anyhow. I have 2 Chinese sons. The mother name is Leah. The first son is African. His name is Israel Khan Wilson. Alejandro Wilson and Desmond Wilson. I know it is to be with a East Indian woman, a tiny woman, but I'm still waiting on one to see you on a code. And the other money will be good and the medical will be good. African woman. I grew up in Delauti, Sabita, where I'm not. Your name's good. Right in the terminal. Paul Saran. Yeah, you Paul, your mother name was Delauti. I grew up with Haran and them. Paul of my brother named Haran. Daniel Saran.
Anderson, are you there?
Yes. And we know what it is to show one another love. There we go. I met a lady where Shelton came from Aisha. And I wish a bum could just keep something for all these elderlies and them old crank and them old Zanchutel and them old witch. Yeah, them old Sukunia and Laja Bless. The men of them go be Laja Bless. The women of them Sukunians. And they just keep something for them like in Savannah. Yeah, the biggest wrong about in the world. And just fit all of them there. And we'll go see where the racial thing comes from. And where it stems from. We know something about racial thing, you know. When I be moving with more woman, with more white man, she'll say, oh, yeah, you like them Indian and them, eh? You like them Indian girl and them? And sometimes she choked me and she said, hola, look Spanish there, boy. And he gave me like John. Now when I hear people say, don't eat the roti and don't eat doubles, you know, let us hurt me. And I eat Indian rice all day and this thing, what they call it, Diwali. And a little frequent day regular. And the first minute you only line up for the doubles. Because doubles sometimes is a breakfast, sometimes you run into work and you go eat cow and hot pepper chana with a little shout out Denny and pepper. You break a gas still. My wife just always tell me. So I walked in Manila the other day and she said, "Oh, this man watching you so." I said, "You watching me?" And she, "Boy, the man watching you. Man watching you, you want to do your something." I said, "No, man. You know the man wondering if I done this person. The man longing to see you and meet me. To me, I don't cry for. Yeah, Aisha, and we had to congratulate to win. But it wasn't a nice friend. But sometimes I say the stiff and all in card and all the stiff. Sometimes you're playing a little wappy and who marking card and who no card and who know the choke card. We know too much about card because my father used to like card too bad. So he never taught us that card thing, always books. And we, as I say, again, we go up with everybody. So, that old rich and them old crank and them call, I don't know if it's one just now, eh? I listen to them, you know. But sometimes I realize the pause now. Because I was in here for me, got back phone bill cut one time and I was seeing about something else concerning my son. And Aisha, I listen to all the tons on them. And the tons on them. And the tons on them. And I want to tell you something. Some people work out out there, you know. I have 5 aunts in foreign. A lot of cousins and whatnot in foreign. And people that work hard, Aisha, you know it too. And when people can take their hard-earned money and send to you, that's fresh shit. And that's what people do.
You don't start to cry here now, you know. Hold on. You don't start to cry here now, you know.
No matter, I don't cry. But police tell me my mother so and so, tell them I call him mother so and so. Because I was my uncle, it's so be it. I don't cry so tough. You know, I so when I talk and I be crying, but you know, yeah, I just cry for children. When I see children running up to me every day, Mr. Anderson, I can get $5. And some people, you know.
Anderson, 1 minute, please.
I don't know the first Aisha. Never let to it. I let one and let Jelly and let me campaign for. I don't know if any councillor or any MP know them. And one could be about, let me say, 11 years now. Young girl could be about 13, 14. You know, Spanish man, young from small, together with everyone. I want to tell you why. The mother never know who is the father. Up to now, the mother don't know who is the little boy father. I don't know people listen to me all up there. And once they come out, the mother don't know the father. You learn by telling you about it.
Anderson, people want to know. Anderson, people saying your contribution all over the place. They saying you're not singing like you're sober. Bring the point, Anderson. Bring the point.
But the point is, the racial things come from all your elderly, all your old people. With some toenails bent up. Like this old guy rotten down when I see the landfill in the lava by me. All the toenails bent up. All the heels just here, fucking up. All the things, all the toes, nothing on it does. All the people on one mattress since 1901. All the chairs mattress. All they on the stove are going to take and just burn it up. All they have nothing to. All they have no fiber, no six burner. Some all they have nothing. All they change all the 30 minutes to buy. You ever tell them some all there?
All right, Anderson. Thank you. Going on 7 minutes. Thank you, Anderson. You said a mouthful. Oh, Lord, I don't know. I really need strength on this afternoon show. Thank you, Anderson. Let me play some of your voice notes and your comments. Continue to send them to us. I have so much piled up. All right, let's see who's there.
So it had a skit, and after when Sat called Dr. Rowley and explained it, and they talked, Dr. Rowley apologized. So I don't know what that man coming with. He apologized.
All right, thank you. Let's play another one.
Yes, I'd like to give my voicemail, Aisha. Yeah. This is a platform and avenue that's useful. I long want to say that Africans are not racist. There's a global phenomenon, a trend towards just of hatred, misunderstanding, misrepresentation of who we are, what we are. Now I tell you, have to go back to history, and we see now playing out this history. Indians divided one country into three, and they'll divide it further with Kashmir and kill out each other still, because by nature they're the most divisive people in the world. Yes, you have associated yourself with someone and get to understand them, and they appreciate it because they know you're a strong individual, and you did your part. Nobody can take that from you, right? Nobody can change it because you remain independent, but you kind of float in the middle in order to get your full juice to go forward, to claim your prize and your worth and be the best you. You have to utilize everybody's space, right?
All right, caller, thank you so much. That voice note is 6 minutes long. Oh, God, only bring it down a little bit for me now. 6 minutes?
So you're going to try to bridge a gap between the rich and the poor?
Well, that is so cliched. I'm not really trying to interfere with the bridge between the rich and the poor, because there's nothing wrong with the rich getting richer, but the poor must come out of poverty. So
well, that's kind of bridging the gap, you know.
That is the equation. It's not a seesaw where one has to go down for the other one to come up. You have to find a way that you encourage the rich to get richer, because in getting richer, they create opportunities for the poor.
I think that is the voice note Kingsley wanted. So, Kingsley, that is the voice note I'm suggesting. All right, let's play another one. Thank you for sending that to us, Texter. Let's see who else is there quickly. All right, so too much wind in your voice note, sweetheart.
How come all the names that African people are being called? How come nobody ain't crying? They call all of us slaves. We didn't cry. Stop your crap, you hear?
Thank you so much.
I'm crying for you.
All right, let's go to the live. Caller, you're live.
Oh, Aisha was. Oh, that's like Sharon. Aisha was. That was Sharon Felix.
No, it wasn't Sharon. It's somebody who sounds like her, though.
Oh, wow. She sung just like Sharon. Aisha, can you play that tape again for me, please, while it's on the air, please?
Which tape is this?
With Rowley telling the interview with Natalie Cole on 73 last Tuesday morning, when he say he has to empower the rich, so the rich will have the poor. Aisha.
I had to look for it, Kingsley. There's a lot of voice notes here.
There's nobody clip there, Aisha.
I had to go back and look. I had to look, oh God.
I just why you play the clip once?
Because somebody sent the clip to the voice note, and while I was playing, I just pressed play, but I had to go back and look, man.
Aisha, can you play the clip for the country to hear?
I just played the clip, Kingsley.
Aisha, you didn't play the clip enough. Because you hear the woman going to attack me. But she have no problem with Dr. Rowley saying that what's wrong with helping the rich and empowering the rich more? I thought we put a government there to help the poor and to empower the poor. Aisha Wells. I thought we put a government there to take care of the needy. Not the people who don't have millions of dollars. And I want to tell you something. All them pay them women who have husband and man at Wassa. Dr. Rowley come in.
Oh, Lord. Let's see who's there. Caller, you live.
Hey, God day to you, Miss Wells.
God day to you.
No, if somebody's sick like you have cancer and things, they need a doctor. If you're sick, if you're mentally disturbed, you need a psychiatrist. But if it's a rentadaki, you need Kamala's shoulder to cry on. My friend have a good day.
Your Pelton Blues text. Your Pelton Blues. Caller, you live. International call. Talk to me on the phone. All right, so call me back. When you're calling from the U.S., you need to please turn down the volume on your radio or your computer. Talk to us on the phone. Call you live.
Hi, Aisha.
Hi.
We were so sure, because I remember when I said the afternoon that Dr. Rowley is going to win the election, and you did make an exclamation as to whether or not we will have confidence, and I did, because you always measure common percent and they vote in base, that's how it would relate to the marginals. And yes, I'd give it a little more seats, one more extra, two more extra. But, you know, what I wanted to say, I listened when the lady spoke about Kingsley, and you think about who were the people speaking on your program and other programs in relation to the UNC, representing the UNC. So you find that I already spoke to Kingsley and she triggered him. And poor fella, you know the difference between him being a slave and him being a slave in the house. Poor fella. But I won't go there. But Aisha, my thing is, you listen to Kingsley and listen to a lesser extent. Because Anderson getting a little older, like me. Then you had Annie Roberts at Brooklyn, all shouters without substance. Without substance. And that's the problem. The UNC could have never won the election based on the fact that even the leader, yes, he had a voting base, and you had to make a significant difference with people who are right-thinking. You couldn't get that. And I don't know what made the people, those who making racial remarks now, Aisha, thought that it was good enough for her to win. And that's why I keep telling them, my whole contribution today is under the umbrella of leadership. You all need proper leadership in two areas. Why you have it locked down like Mr. Pinal in the cultural and business area and so on, you all need to have a national conversation with your leaders. That's what they're lacking. Stop seeing things one way. There are lots of East Indians in this country who have a national drive. If you listen to Ricky Jai, listen to his music, listen, watch him dance. He's a national figure. You'll learn from him in that aspect. The other thing, don't listen to Ralph Maharaj. You see the whole thing about East Indian leaders, you can listen to Bayat. You know why? You have some class. So you will get yourself there and you will be in a good position to debate and a proper conversation without getting vexed. So you will have people like Annie Roberts, Kingsley, Anderson to a lesser extent, and those people coming to shout here and disrespect people as a contribution for you. That's why you lose. Take care of yourself, Aisha. All the best.
Thank you so much, Raleigh Jr. All right, let me read some more. Simon Jackson says, but he didn't say the poor don't need to be empowered though. Y'all listening and not understanding. Niall Rasool says Kingsley is the greatest. I think he is too. While Joanna Dukaran says they're behaving that way because they promised them things, now they have to work for it. While Jason King says Kingsley can't even go in front of Kamala's gate, far less on his shoulder. No man, the man just be holding a handbag at meetings. Don't say that about Kingsley. Kingsley get through. Let's go back.
After listening to Kingsley, I need to come back here. Kingsley, my brother, my African brother, some advice to you. I don't know if they have Best Village in your area, but I think you will do very good in the drama section. Kingsley, a recommendation from me to you. Please find one of those community centers and go in there and audition for Best Village. I think you'll do well there. Okay, guy? Advice from me to you. Thank you.
No, Kingsley, no. Kingsley come off the lives. Now he's on the live with Trinidad and Tobago, cussing people under the live. Kingsley, you need to stop it. The people showing you nothing but love on the live, all right? Look, Storm saying she love you. Everybody loves you on the live, Kingsley. Don't go on the live and be bitter. Yeah, it's not worth it. Call her your live.
God bless you, Miss Aisha.
God bless you too, my dear.
I just want to say a prayer for my brother Kingsley.
Thank you.
It has been laid on my heart.
Go ahead, my sister.
Heavenly Father, I come before your throne of grace and I bring your son, whom you love, Jesus, Kingsley. Father God, this evening I ask you, Lord, to give him some wisdom. Father God, I ask you, Lord, if he doesn't know what to say, that the Holy Spirit will guide him. Give him guidance, Lord. Lord, you love all of us. We are all one and another, each other. You made the human. Miss Aisha, I have daughter-in-law who's Indian, my sister-in-law, so, it's not nice. So, Kingsley, Lord, I bring him and I ask for mercy and forgiveness. Have compassion on him, Jesus. Jesus, you said you do not want anyone to be lost. And Kingsley, Jesus loves you. Jesus loves you. And Lord, I'm asking you this to remove the heart of stone. Hallelujah. And give him a heart of flesh and love, dear Jesus. That he'll become a better person in the community. And people will love him. And that I don't hate him. Maybe they don't understand, but he's your son, Jesus. So, Lord, all I ask is to give him some wisdom. Holy Spirit, give him some guidance. And Jesus, I know you do not want soul to be lost. So I bring him before you for a blessing this evening. I ask this in no other name, but Jesus' name, Messiah. This is from my heart.
Amen. Sweetheart, one question before you go. Your church does do any deliverance? I want to bring him. On a serious note, this is no joke. I really would like to get him some help.
Well, Miss Aisha, listen. I am Miss Gloria from Curragh. I go to Fatima, and yes, we have people in Backstreet, Eternal Life Community. He needs help, you know.
No, he needs help, and I think it might be spiritual. I don't know, but I will definitely. What days do they get the service so I could bring him? What days they have the service?
Okay, they on a Wednesday from 12 o'clock. Will you think he will go?
Well, I might have to tell him we're going to a UNC meeting or something. I don't know, but I go pick. I go find a way to get him out. I go pick him up.
Miss Aisha, it's sad. It's really, you know. Let me tell you something. You know what happened to me yesterday? My spirit was grieved. It was grieved. And then I've noticed this evening, Miss Aisha, like I don't know if it's Ramson, if it's a son now, he's on Facebook cussing.
Yes, I saw the son as well.
Miguel.
Yes, I saw the post.
Miss Aisha, we don't need that, darling. We don't. Let's just love one another. Jesus said, let's love one another, Miss Aisha.
Yes, that is true.
Lose the country, that is a real. I am speaking, I am 72 years old, but they tell me I don't look it. But I am a prayer intercessor. I love my Jesus because I know why. And I could tell you, may God bless you. See the program this evening? I like what Miss what you just say, what you just hit and run, what you name?
Leave it there, Mr. Leave it there.
Lord, I pray for him too.
God, start. Pray for he too. Wait, let me take down the music. Go ahead, ma'am. Go ahead.
Heavenly Father, what is Mr. Livedia's problem? He seems to have a problem. So I bring him to you to this evening, Lord. I sure he's a big, old person that I don't know. But you always come, I will leave it there. So then you don't know where he is, who if he is for some party. But what I want to say this evening, Lord, I ask you to give Mr. Leave it there, remove the heart of stone, and replace it with a heart of love and flesh. Give him wisdom, knowledge, understanding, guidance, Father God. Wash and cover him under your precious blood. Oh, hallelujah. No weapon formed against himself. Lord, just bless him and bless Kingsley in a special way. I say this from my heart, Miss Aisha.
Miss, after Mr. Thomas died, I needed a prayer. I will call you the prayer warrior from now on. Whenever you see them calling in to cry and get on like something wrong with them in the spirit, just let the spirit move you to call.
Okay, God bless you, and I love the program. Now, I'll be honest with you. Whenever I hear people like myself, I switch off the phone. I will tell you, I will not lie to you. When they come in with, I call it garbage, I'm not angry, but I am not pleased, so but you see this evening, I love the way you're going, and I want you to keep it up, and may God bless you and your children. And I also cover you under the precious blood of Jesus, and be safe in Jesus' name.
Thank you so much, my dear. God bless you as well.
You will see my number, you know. You'll see it.
Yes, I will save it. What a beautiful soul.
I am Miss Gloria, the prayer warrior.
The prayer warrior, Miss Gloria. Thank you so much.
Amen. Thank you.
After Mr. Thomas died, I needed a prayer warrior. I needed one. Look how God sent she. All right, so I'm going to read your comments on the live. Dion Ryan Mahabir said, Kingsley is enlightened. Pray for the little toe followers. Troll King says, amen. Let's leave it there in his name. Well, yeah, Mr. Leave it there, and I'll get some prayers in the tail. Sylvester Phillips says, amen and amen. Preach, Mom, preach. Agnes Rose says, in Jesus' name. So everybody, I mean, we have a whole prayer service on the chat going on for Kingsley, but it seems not to be working, people. He's on the chat now calling me evil. He's saying Dr. Rowley sent the woman. He ain't going nowhere, man. He gets in on bad on the chat. I tell you, there's something spiritual. It has to be. Let me play some more voice notes. Oh my gosh. Let's go.
Aisha, why we wanted looking for like help when for Kingsley and his mental condition, see if you can enroll him in some evening classes by Southeast now. Please. But I hope he ain't call and curse the lady for praying for him. Have mercy.
Lord, I hope so too. Caller, your life.
Oh gosh, Aisha. That woman sounds so good.
Yeah, boy. We needed a prayer after Mr. Thomas, eh?
Hallelujah. Most high God. Aisha.
Yes.
Well, no, I just want to salute the children of Tobago and the children of TNT and Trinidad for appointing the boss as the runner and Jalov. And I want you to play one song for me, for everybody.
What song is this?
Now the election have passed and gone by Merchant.
I'm going to look for that one, definitely.
All right, baby? Love.
Love. All right, so Rashid Noel says, Aisha, you look absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much. He's locked on and listening from London. How you doing, my bro? Caller, you live. Good afternoon.
Yeah, Aisha.
Yes, Anderson.
I have two angel over me. It's big rings there. And someone met me years ago. Who I didn't know. I don't know the lady. And she cannot tell me everything. And tell that lady she can pray for who she wants. She can't pray for Anderson. Because Jesus said that you are anointed. I am anointed. I'm highly favored and blessed in the Lord. And I want her to know, since she's a good prayer, she cannot come in Lavington and say a prayer for me in John Beaton, and just pray for people to vote out there. This lady.
Anderson, don't come to attack the praying lady, eh?
I want them to know. And the chat. I grew up in a house where father don't touch children and thing, you know. I never had my father keep my mother on the left, you know. No. I've never talk to the other. It's like the young mommy used to do this thing when we go to school. But my father, I don't know how he does about people in Christ. I never see my father see my mother yet. But I plenty of us. You are properly brought up. So somebody else stop people for their children, stop catching for their children, and the best of my father is just in the street. You learn something. But let us talk down this thing.
Right, Anderson, I'm going to go for a break. Leave it there. Lord, I think I need more than prayers on this afternoon, so I might need an exorcist. All right, so a texter says, good praying, lady, thank you. Kingsley needs to be baptized too. Ollie, what are you thinking? I don't know if I could get all of that done. Ollie, trying to make me do a mission impossible or what? Caller, you live.
Hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, my dear.
Satan is laughing at those people.
What, sorry?
Satan is laughing at the behavior because that is what he wants. That is what he wants, to see destruction, because he comes to steal, kill, and destroy. And how they're getting on is not nice. My jokey part of this thing, you know, it has the movie that he's going to get the best actor and the actress. I don't know who to award it to. But coming down to listening to how, you know, you're attacking God now. Somebody pray for you, attack him. And that is what Satan was waiting for. That's all I have to say.
Thank you so much, darling. But I tell you, I think it's a little more than we're looking at with him in particular. Like I tell you, something spiritually off. It off a little bit, but we'll get to the bottom of it. I'll take this one. Well, I can't. Caller, call me back.
J-Talk. You talk. Come talk with us. On the street, 919 FM.
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
Get interactive with the Street 919 FM.
All day, every day. See us all live on our Facebook page.
Share and comment on our show.
Like our page.
Chat with our live on-air announcers.
The Street 919's Facebook page.
Live and interactive all day, every day. The Street 919 FM.
Come talk with us.
Yo, Yo, this is a Big Mike, not the mass man, the health man. Are you one of the 40 million people suffering with joint issues like rheumatoid arthritis or osteoarthritis? Well, you are listening to the right ad. You have the ailment, we have the remedy. Call us now on 288-8301 or 346-2612. Don't forget to tune in right here on the street 919 FM every Wednesday from 10:05 a.m. Performance Beat All Talk.
Hey guys, it's Aisha Wells here. Listen up. If you're considering selling or renting your house in Trinidad and Tobago, then call Keelan George with O'Neill's Real Estate Group. He's a good friend of mine and he's been in the business for over 6 years. First, selling real estate in Atlanta, Georgia, and now right here in Trinidad and Tobago. He has a strategic online marketing presence that actually attracts thousands of home buyers and renters. Plus, with his home selling advice and techniques, he's getting homes sold really fast. Keelan will actually guarantee you sell your home, or get this, you can cancel the listing agreement and pay nothing at any time. That's right, you heard me, nothing at any time. Selling your home doesn't have to be stressful, people. Check out www.o'neillrealestatetT.com. O'Neill is spelled O-N-E-I-L, or just call Keelan direct at 363-4030. That's 363-4030.
Rest, relax, rejuvenate, and revitalization healing treatment for both males and females suffering from all aches and pains. A special offer for the month of July for $200. Choose from any one of these treatments: neck and shoulder massage, poor circulation, and arthritic treatment. Contact 336-4935 or 492-7397 for more information.
At a time when everyone is worried about their financial future and saving towards a goal, where options are few with little to no returns, Home Mortgage Bank brings to you an investment to ease your worries. Introducing the Salmon Tree Fund. With as little as $500, you can open an account and start earning competitive returns on your investment. Check us out at hmbinvest.com or on Facebook at Home Mortgage TT for further information.
When it comes to healthcare, you deserve the best. Do you suffer from low energy, anxiety, or constipation? Health and Wealth Lifestyle with Nicole Huggins provides you with the best services of iridology exam, blood analysis, ionic foot detox, followed by a soothing foot massage. We also provide the best organic supplements. We are located at number 73 Eastern Main Road, Barataria. Or call us at 288-1108 or 275-8359. Join us on the street 919 FM. Every Thursday from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. for Health and Wealth Lifestyle with Nicole Huggins.
Oh, Matthew, where are you, man?
We on the Avenue.
The Avenue?
Yeah, Greenville Avenue in Santa Rosa. Look for we by the Rusty Gate Pub.
Bring the bar home with Angostura. Win a fully stocked bar with personal bartender and celebrity DJ for you and your crew at home. Simply purchase select Angostura rum 750 ml or larger. Then upload your receipt and contact info at www.angosturapromos.com or WhatsApp us at 684-2506. We bring the rum, you add the vibes. Be safe. Please enjoy responsibly.
Your family's safety and home protection. It's in your hands. Introducing Digicel Smart Home. For the first time, a state-of-the-art system that you control with a tap of an app. Protect your family the smart way. Anywhere, at any time. Get 24/7 professional monitoring and emergency response. Control your cameras, sensors, and more. Plus, turn your home into a smart home. The power to protect is in your hands with Digicel Smart Home. Visit digiceltt.com to sign up today.
But wait, who's sending me this text? Hurricane warning, be prepared? Denzel, stop rushing the car! A hurricane coming!
Mona, calm down. We just need to prepare. We must stock batteries and candles and charge our emergency lights in case we lose power.
That means we have to arrange a backup supply for Daddy respirator.
Yes, and before the storm hits, we must unplug all our electrical equipment. If we need to evacuate, remember to shut off the electricity at the main panel.
Yes, because you know here there's flood. Come. Let us move the appliances upstairs. Come.
Us, okay.
Wait! Denzel, don't! unplug them thing with your wet hand, yourself.
Yes, Mona.
This hurricane season, when preparing for an emergency, don't forget your electricity. TNTech, the power to make it work.
Come talk with us.
Real issues, hard talk.
Real talk on the street, 919 FM.
News from the street, 919fm.com. Here's what's happening.
Good afternoon. I am Vanessa Thomas with the 4 o'clock news on the street 919 FM and online Facebook and YouTube. Sponsored by TNTech, the power to make it work. In the headlines, a former People's Partnership minister joins the call for Kamla Persad-Bissassa to step down as UNC political leader. A third prison officer has been infected with the dreaded COVID-19. 77 of them are in quarantine. Internationally imported chicken wings to China is tested positive for COVID-19. And now the news in detail. A former People's Partnership minister has joined the call amongst analysts for political leader of the United National Congress, Kamla Persad-Bissassa, to resign. Vasant Bharat, who is still a member of the UNC, says it is unacceptable that its leader would want to hold on to office when the country clearly hasn't given her a mandate to continue. Bharat added that Persad-Bissassa continues to reference the Westminster system, but that system says a defeated leader should step down. Bharat was speaking during a television interview when he made the comments and stated that Persad-Bissassa should have stepped down since 2015 after losing that election and others. He added that the inability to beat the People's National Movement, which is at its lowest, shows that the UNC in its current shape has very little to offer. In other news, a third prison officer has reportedly tested positive for COVID-19. Head of the Medical Department of the Prison Service, Deputy Commissioner Lopez, says the female officer was confirmed as COVID-19 positive last night and was quarantined. Primary, secondary and tertiary contacts of prisoners and prison officers who tested positive for COVID-19 have been quarantined as a precaution. According to Deputy Commissioner Lopez, 77 prison officers are now in quarantine. Meanwhile, Commissioner of Prisons Dennis Pulchan says the nation's prisons are being sanitized twice a day and officers who are exhibiting flu-like symptoms are being told to stay home and get examined. Several officers at the Besson Street Police Station have been told to go in self-quarantine after one of their colleagues began displaying flu-like symptoms. The officer who was attached to the Port of Spain gender-based unit reported feeling unwell while on duty. In keeping with protocols, medical professionals were called in and the sick officer was taken for treatment and isolation. He was administered a COVID-19 test and is awaiting the results. Last Thursday, the station had to be closed down after an officer who works from the building tested positive. That officer was immediately taken into quarantine and is at the Couva Health Facility undergoing treatment, but he's said to be recovering well. Finally, on the international scene, a sample of frozen chicken wings imported from Brazil has tested positive for the coronavirus in the southern Chinese city of Zhenjing. The virus was detected Wednesday on a surface sample taken from a batch of the food item during screening of imported frozen food in the Longyang district. Officials did not name the brand. Health authorities, including the World Health Organization and the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, have said that the possibility of catching the virus through food is low. And that was the 4 p.m. news on the Street 919 FM and online Facebook and YouTube, sponsored by TNTech, the power to make it work. As we go recapping the headlines, a former People's Partnership minister joins the call for Kamla Persad-Bissassa to step down as UNC political leader. A third prison officer has been infected with the dreaded COVID-19. 77 of them are in quarantine. And internationally imported chicken wings to China is tested positive for COVID-19. Do stay with us here on the Street 919 FM. I am Vanessa Thomas. Good afternoon.
from the street. News from the street. 919fm.com.
Stand out in a Babylon and represent the truth. Me nah go see a road and see bad things and keep me mouth from mute. I got a strong reggae beat with a mic in a me hand to lead out the youth about a destruction and tell the people they should know right from wrong. We got the strength, we got the power to help each other up the ladder. Don't be selfish to help your brothers today. If we try, just remember to hold it.
We know the streets because we talk to the streets.
Come talk with us on the street 919 FM.
Goodly people, we are back. I see you on the phone lines. We go straight back to them. Caller, you live.
Aisha,
Yes, Mr. Leave it there.
I will take that praise from Miss Sweetan. I know her as Miss Sweetan.
You know her?
Not physically, but the both of us used to be a 91.1 until Dr. Rowley mashed up all our programs across there and get rid of CNMG because of Mr. Manning, Aisha. Because of Mr. Manning. And they want to know
clearly the president working it, I'm just saying.
No, it's not going to work right now. And
it has taken a while to kick in or what?
Yes. And they want to know what's my problem. Because when Dr. Rowley used to be running him out on Mr. Manning, all of them used to be laughing, kia, 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 and ki, 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 all of them. And then he want to come and destroy Mr. Manning's legacy. Both of them, former Prime Minister and Dr. Rowley, want to come and destroy his legacy. But their legacy must smell like a rose. That's my problem, Aisha. Don't say I didn't tell you. I will leave it there.
Well, I didn't know prayers had a time to kick in. Look. All right, let me see who's there on my message board. My message board is so lit at the moment.
A nice cure for Kingsley is one bull pistol. He will stop it crap. Sounds demented to me.
Thank you so much, sweetheart. Let's see who's there. Somebody said, Aisha, don't forget to send me your number or call me. Thank you. Okay, I'll send you my number. All right, somebody saying, Ainsley here. Nice job, Aisha Wells. How you doing, Ainsley? All right, so we're going to go back to the phone lines. Caller, you live?
Good day, Aisha.
Hey, Gemma, how are you?
Gemma, they're hanging in. You know what I find? I heard Mr. Manning Jr. This is Mr. Manning's son. Somebody asked him the other day what he have to say about Mr. Rowley and whatever. He said, my father was my father. I am my father's son. I am moving on. And I find it's time for people to stop this nonsense. Mr. Manning's son, he go and he fight the seat in his father area, what was father used to fight, and he win the seat. And I find it's time for people to move on. If Mr. Manning's son and Mr. Manning's wife could move on, I find people should move on. Stop this nonsense. Oh, God, but let me try and get this racial thing and this stupid. But when Mr. Rowley say and what this one say and what that one say and who say, it's time we stop it. Look at this one here, the man trying to snatch. I tell them you're crying until it's not coming out.
No, he come. This is a serious thing, you know, Jama. Snot running all down the face, you know. Gemma, you laughing. I keep telling all you just feel is joke I saying. Gemma, the thing bad, it bad.
Yes, I know. I don't know, but I find this time the opposition was not satisfied when Mr. Watson Duke wasn't satisfied, but he withdrew. You understand? They check over the fight, the ABC check over the fight, take a vote, and they said that the PNM won the election. Let us move on now and see what the government is going to do. They have the trombone in their hand, and let us see what they're going to do, because they have to do something, and something good. You understand? Because nobody don't want bad for the country. Nobody don't want bad for themselves. You understand? It's time to move on. Forget what Kamala say. Forget the Manning, what Rowley say, and this one, and forget that. And let me move on now. Let us move on. As somebody said the other day, like they want to bring here, like how Guyana election went. Well, it's time we move on, man. Okay, bye-bye, darling.
Thank you so much, my dear. Let's see who's there. Caller, you live?
Hi, hello.
Hi.
You know, all these racist talk and everybody fighting. If there's carnival next week, you'll see everybody hugging up and jumping together. It just don't make sense. And people have to know it for what it is. They have to stop it now.
Thank you so much. For those of you wondering exactly what we are discussing, we're still discussing the racism, the conversation that's happening on social media. How do we put a stop to it, etc. Yeah, let's take a few more. Call you live.
Hello, good evening.
Hi, how are you?
I started the girl. I listened to this thing. I'm now tuning there and taking the program there and listening to some callers. Aisha, we have a set of hypocrites out here, girl. We have a set of hypocrites. The same people who are pointing fingers is the same people that have the same racist hatred in their mind. You know why PNM win the election? Because of race. It didn't have nothing to do with the economy and what plan they have and this and that and the other. Because of race. All right, the girl come out and talk some outer time and talk. Okay, I like what she said. Deal with her and what she said. But Aisha, we have a prime minister who called black children hyenas, take away laptop, call them donkey head, call really people at Trinidad and Tobago stupid. And Aisha, we have a prime minister who sit down and hear a man of another race calling we cockroach and one shot, one kill, and all these kind of things. I never hear these people are calling and condemning, talk about them things.
How this song like Mr. Mova, so?
No, it's not Mova. It's Maury.
Oh, Maury. Okay. Hi, Maury. Yes. How you doing?
It's not good. I find I just like, I don't know if we stupid or if some kind of voodoo thing.
Well, I take it that you're not happy with the election result, Maury.
No, I'm not happy. No, I'm not happy. And no, mind you, I don't like PNM and I don't like UNC neither. So we need a third party as fast as possible. But I would have preferred to get Kamala and them another chance. Here why I'm saying that. PNM have been in power for 18 years. They lost election 3 times. So they get opportunity to correct whatever wrong to make it right 3 times. And up to now, they can't get it right yet. Kamala and them was only there for 5 years. All right, they make some mistake or whatever it is. Oh, God, if you give them a next chance and they go down the same road, then you could condemn. But these stupid doties stick off on every little thing they're picking up on. Somebody begging for food, somebody give them some fig and some other things. They say, well, only monkey does eat fig and all this kind. And these people following these stupidness, them don't care about what direction the country going in. They don't want to know about what plan it have for the future. They just picking up these little stupidness and going on that. But let me tell you something, Aisha, bananas very good for your eyes, eh? Bananas could save you from going blind. I want them to know that. And I don't know already. You see this extra 2 years with the Prime Minister talking about for more suffering. 2 and 5 is how much, Aisha? And I don't feel it's 2 years again. It's more than that to come again. So all we have to concentrate now is to tighten we belt and get ready to weather the storm. So you see them with the stupid donkeys, stick off on them, are sick of them. Aisha, you have a blessed evening.
All right, Murray, all I can tell you is take some Andrews for that feeling. That sick feeling you have, Murray, will not help you for the next 5 years. Murray, I suggest you take some Andrews and see if you could get over it. It's over, it's done, Murray. Yeah? Find a way to move on, Murray. Some people are to win, some people are to lose, Murray. Yeah? Let's see who else is there. Caller, you live?
Aisha.
Hey, how you doing?
I know you give people a chance to talk, but I think sometimes when people falling off the line, pull them up now. Pull them up. Because it's relying blatantly. I think the problem is people in this country don't understand English language. When somebody say like, it doesn't mean that they say they are. And that is what's killing me. He say this, he say that, she say this, she say that, and it's out of context. And I find if people don't like Dr. Rowley, that means, look, Kamala, when this election starts, I swear to God, she would come out smelling like a rose, but she went the wrong way. He is saying because of race, PNM win. Who was shooting all the race things? We have to respond. We have to push back. It's too much. It's too much. And if Kamala was coming clean, I was going to vote for her. But I had to choose, make the right choice.
Thank you so much, Queen. So Samuel Guarantine says, Aisha, I love you, baby. Boy, I can't tell you I love you back at all. Nah, I know that British man is listening. Let me play this one.
Good afternoon, Auntie Aisha. See you in my favorite color. It looks good, black. Reach home safe. However, I want to touch on two little things very briefly. This division we have going on right now between Indian and African, I am appalled by it because one, my entire family is mixed. Two, when God created me and He created you, right? He created everybody. He never saw race, right? He loved us equal, right? And secondly, people, it might sound a bit harsh, but think of it this way, right? If I die and somebody else die, we all have to go to the same place, 6 feet deep, all right? Whether if you're rich or you're poor, the same way, all right? So grow up. We all need to grow up, right? Because this is not Trinidad at all. We don't believe in this race thing. You understand? Because if something should happen to you today or tomorrow, you don't know who's going to give you blood, right? It doesn't matter if it's a black man come and give you blood or Indian come and give you blood. You wouldn't know who. All you know, your life is saved. All right? We chum safe, Auntie Aisha.
Thank you so much, Dale. Let's see who's there. Caller, you live?
Hi, good afternoon, Aisha.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm fine. I'm listening to the politics. I listened to Murray, and Murray indicated that the PNM won because of race. And he's partially true. They won because of race, because of what Kamala said. I know a lot of people that weren't going to vote. They didn't plan to vote. But when the racial ads and slurs and things started to come up, they sat back and they said, no, we can't take this. We can't take this. TNM didn't win the election. UNC lose the election. I don't know what it was.
Yes.
They gave up that election because of the nonsense that they started to peddle. And what he doesn't understand about the banana, I guess education is not for everybody. In different countries, like footballers, for example, when they started to show bananas on the field, you see footballers walk off the field because it is disrespectful, because they like the monkeys. So the advertisement was liking up the monkeys. And we had to say at this point in time, enough is enough. So PNM didn't win the election. UNC lose the election. Have a nice day.
Thank you so much. Continue to send those messages. Okay, so people asking for the WhatsApp number. They're saying, repeat it slowly. Sorry, I would. So the WhatsApp number to send voice notes and messages is 771-1791. I see some of your messages. Let me just take 2 calls quickly and I'll play them. Caller, you live?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes, I'm hearing you.
Yeah, this thing about radio, see a lot of people get it right is right and wrong is wrong. This thing, but these people and them do, it was wrong. It was racial. When other people have resisted on the station, when other people have resisted on the station, in come out and condemn it, that means what they condoning it. And we have to start somewhere. Whether it's PNM, UNC, whatever, from the time you make a racial statement, it should have every penalty. Because this is a multi-ethnic society. We can't condone them kind of stupidness. Right? We cannot be condoning them kind of stupidness. And to Mr. Manu crying and talk about slavery. That same movie talking about, he should watch what is Samuel Jackson role in that movie. Right? It's have some people that the race is never good enough for them. And this directive, a lot of people studying about African people go eat grass and they're hungry and all kind of things. I want them to know there are thousands of African, hundreds of African attorneys, hundreds of African doctors, architects, professional field, military, plenty government service. Right? So, and this kind of thing about like if it's only African people for 3/4 of area is living below the poverty line, but they wouldn't talk about that. Valentina below the poverty line, but they're not talking about that. You understand? This kind of night, we are not, nobody's better than us. We are all educated people. We are all living here. But let's stop this racial stupidness. You understand? If you push somebody, it's obvious they're going to push back. This stand what the Supermarket Association take is very good. Enough is enough. All you locked on and I listen. I shall have a good evening.
Thank you so much. Okay, so let me get some of these messages cleared up, guys. Hold the calls a bit.
We need to stop the crap and start viewing each other as human beings. God's creation. That's what we need to do. See the God in each individual that we come into contact with. And stop it. God.
Thank you so much. Let's play another.
You telling me, and I'm being open with all it today. You telling me it have a God? God seeing how the people suffering in this country. And you telling me these PNM still win this election? But you see these people in this country, I know quarreling by myself, asking God, you listening? God, you really want to help me in this country? You don't want to help me, God. Look what it is we're going through. And you still let them PNM win? But I tell all you, I put my mouth on Rowley. He will drag on his ass.
Oh, Lord.
Drag on
all right.
his ass.
So the views of the caller, the Texas, Lord God. It's not the views of the management and staff of the Street 919 FM. It is not my views. Apparently, there is another crier, yeah, that need prayers. Total madness. Again, I apologize for the last part of that voice note. I'm going to hold up on the voice notes again until I can play all of them. I'm going to hold up on them. So text instead of sending voice notes, yeah? Father Lord. Caller, you live?
Hello, Aisha, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I just called to correct a gentleman who called and said that Rowley said that the children behaving like hyenas. He said they're behaving like hyenas. He never said they were hyenas. Let him try to understand English language. Like and is two different things. Said that behaving like hyenas.
Thank you so much. Caller, you live?
Yes, good afternoon, Miss Aisha Wells.
Good afternoon.
Now, hello?
Yes?
Yeah. Now, I am Ethiopian. I am an Ethiopian before African. And you see me, I belong to a people, the chosen people of God. And in the race thing, I'm first in the race, if you was watching you. Because civilization starts with me. I am more educated than any other race according to them on the face of the earth. Because I'm dealing with people, I am the most educated people on the face of the earth. And when I get that respect from all them other people and them, then they would understand what it is going on. But other than that, as long as they deal with mankind and the race card, I am first in the race. They could never have me last. And according to the last caller, the brightest set of people in the world right now running America. You hear what I'm saying, Aisha? NASA, the space program. One of the person there is a Trinidad and Tobago citizen, high up in the ranks up there, because it's geometrics and algorithms they're dealing with up there, and she is one of the top in NASA. In most of the cities there right now, the governors and mayors, most of them are black people right now, Aisha. So when they're trying to degrade us and keep us down to that level that we begging and we ain't had nothing, I want them to know we have the education to make them look as fools. Thank you very much, Aisha.
Thank you so much, my dear. International call. Caller, you live? Not ready. Caller, you there? All right, not ready. All right, so I'm seeing the voice notes, but like I say, I am tempted not to play them because I don't know who is saying what on them. But I'll read your messages. Aisha, who the gods first wish to destroy, they send them mad. That is for that lady that just sent the message there. All right, somebody saying, Aisha Gade, the lady crying in that voice note you just played is allegedly Vicky from TrioTT.com. Okay, I don't know who that is. All right, so someone else is saying, hey, Aisha, blessed evening, girl. I'm totally fed up with this race thing. Someone else is saying, I am not hearing the elected candidates coming out and denouncing the racial tension. It is currently rampant in the country, and that does not smell good. Let me take some more calls. Caller, you live?
Good afternoon, Aisha.
Good afternoon.
First time caller.
Where you calling me from?
I would like Miss Kamala Bistasa to read Romans 13. Right? For her. Because she says she is a Hindu and a Christian, a Baptist. I'd like you to read that from a plea. Or anybody on the radio read it. Or everybody, in fact. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Let's see who's there. Another one. Caller, you live?
Hi, Aisha. How you doing?
I'm good, thanks.
What if you do me a little favor? If you can. You see how the gentleman mentioned some of these people and them? I wonder if it is you could go back in history and do two a day or two a week. Some famous black person in history and in present, so that the youths and them could have something to look up to try to emulate, instead of just falling for what it is being told that they are, so that they can know that they are more than what they are being told that they are. You understand what I'm asking for?
Yes, I understand. Caller, you there?
Yes, are you hearing me?
Yes, I'm hearing you.
You understand what I was asking for?
Yes, I understand.
So that the youths don't have to follow the rhetoric that is being pushed towards them. That the black youths can understand that they have people with education, that they are something and they can be something, and they are not just what they are told that they are. And they have got limits on themselves. That them don't put limits on themselves. What I keep asking for is that the black community could start to reach somewhere. Let us go somewhere now instead of just remaining where we are and believing what we are told that we are. Let us try to achieve, because what is happening right now, we're starting to believe the lies that are being pushed onto us. And the youths have given up hope, especially the youths have given up hope because they don't know their history. They don't know where they come from. They don't know even what is going on right around them. They are only hearing what is being told to them. And what they are being told is not nice. So let them get to hear what is nice and what is real and what is true, so they don't have to fall for the foolishness that they are being given. Thank you very much. You have a life.
You too, my brother. All right, so I think I have some safe ones here.
Miss Wells. So I know you would have seen the video I made yesterday, and you know, I was paying attention to the comments of the video reference to the whole Ramsaran statement and everything like that. Woke up this morning and I saw pictures of the son following in the same path as the family member did. And, you know, it's sad because a lot of people, you know, didn't know until it was announced yesterday that Mr. Ramsaran was a PNM who represented Caroni. But the thing, I keep listening to everybody and they're talking about, oh, PNM win. Let me tell you something, yeah? Mrs. Bisasa was going to win the election, you know. You see, the last 4 days when those ads ran, every person who wasn't thinking about voting decided to vote. And PNM didn't win because they were the better party or the favorite party. PNM won because the people took a stand against racism. That is what it is. And what nobody's not understanding is the year 2020 could be considered the day the earth stood still. But in this case, it's the day the earth stood against racism. That is what this whole thing is about. You understand? People are standing up against racism and they're not tolerating it. And I don't think that this is something that is going to be rectified in the next 5 years. I think that even in the next 5 years, we might still vote based on the events that happen right now, because racism is rearing its ugly head in Trinidad and Tobago on an astronomically disgusting level. And the Afro-Trinis, they're just not tolerating it. And it seems like the Indo-Trinis, some of them not understanding it. And it's sad because there's many of them who don't believe that in what some of these people are preaching. You understand? I have comments on my videos where people are saying the only good one is a dead one and all these kind of stupid statements, and this is coming from people's hearts. They genuinely believe that. So how do we go forward as a people, knowing when I walk in my office there's a possibility that the person I'm standing next to doesn't feel that way about me or feels that way about me? I'm no longer comfortable in my own country. Why? Because people who I think is family and is of the same race and ethnicity as me in this country aren't the same. It's very poor. It's sad, Miss Wells. And if it means I have to keep doing videos until people understand how disgusting it is and that they need to stop, I will continue.
Hi, good evening, Aisha. I am so disappointed with my black people, and I'll tell you why. When the Syrians and the 1% made their comment, right, they were angry for probably just about, 24 to 48 hours. After that, they go merrily back to patronizing all of their business, right? A lot of things have been happening. And black people, the majority of them, everything is like a party thing for them. Right? They don't realize, right, in this life, you must have safety nets. You must put your priorities in order. The reason why all these other races and these Indians can tell us anything, right, is because they have put their life in order, at least the majority of them. They are the landlords, they are not the renters, right? They are the employers, not the employees. right? They are putting, in case of any emergency, they have the funds, they can take the family and they can run to another country. What does the black man have? So why they beating down politics, cussing down each other, right? The other races laughing. But because who is the one who still don't have? Isn't it the black person? The energy people taking, especially black people taking, to fight down each other, right? They can take that to educate themselves, right? Make something of themselves. Save some money, right? Stop renting till you die and partying till you're dead. And put your life in order. And it is not just in Trinidad and Tobago that is happening. It is all across the globe. Sometimes I want to know, the old people used to say like black people curse. And I used to still wonder what they mean by that. I was listening to an announcer yesterday, right? A political person who resigned, right? After he didn't make get the amount of votes. And he said something. And it resonated because I start thinking back, because as a young person then, I tell myself, I said, I think he's totally correct, you know. Because how come I don't see PNM as a black party? There isn't someone behind there who's using black people's face, right? Because how come every time PNM come, black people have to tighten the belt? Black people are always suffering, but the other race is not suffering? Why it always have to be black people? And every time dutifully black people vote them in. Are you sure PNM is a black party or is a Syrian party, right? Who's holding black people like little puppets and using them conveniently and deceiving us, right? Because you tell me you just win the election and you turn and the kind of morbid message you sent out there was, you know, prepare for some hard times, 2 years of that. You know, but the thing is, it would not be 2 years of that. As a leader must be a visionary. You must have foresight, right? When you must be a decision maker. You don't bring doom and gloom on a population that is already beaten, right? You bring hope. That is what your message is supposed to be. Remember when Manning told us, tighten your belts? He said, tighten your belts. But it was a nice smooth landing because he was positive and he brought prospects and he was a visionary, right? And I no longer have faith in this Rowley government. I no longer have faith. I used to be a dead-hard PNM. And then I voted for UNC. And I'll vote UNC again until, right, until we get a party that really represents not just black people, but all the people. All the people. UNC started to do that. You understand? Their deputy leader is an African. Their marketing team, the majority of them are Africans. You understand? They Africans are infiltrating the party, right? Pamela said she was making some changes and she learned from it and she apologized, right? When Manning lost the election, he did apologize as we accepted it. When she apologized, she was persecuted. Is it also because she's a woman? We need to get our acts together, right? Black people need to get their acts together. And black people, until black people realize that we have a problem, we are not educating ourselves. We are not opening our own businesses. We are not saving money. We are not being serious about our life. When we die, we leave in debts for our children. We need to get our acts in order. We need to.
Sounds very bitter. While I understand some of the things you're talking, my dear, and some of the points that you are raising, there are lots of African people that are doing well. We aren't leaving debt to our children. We're getting our act together. You know, we can be good leaders and doctors and lawyers, etc. There are a lot of us in our communities doing well. So I don't think you're talking for the majority of us, my dear. And this is coming from someone who has no party view. I'm just simply saying I hear what you're saying, but don't be blinded or misguided by the views and opinions of others that may not necessarily be that of your own. All right? I'm hearing a little bit of self-hate in what you're saying, and I'm saying not all of us is like that. Let me take a few more. Caller, you live? Not there. Caller, you live? Caller, you live?
And she just hearing me because she's a UNC that she had. She only talking that and feel people stupid.
All right, thank you so much. Caller, you live?
Hi, Aisha. I'm sorry to say the young lady makes a few good points, but she's very badly mistaken. when Mr. Manning was trying to remove the hemorrhaging of money by all these rentals for derelict buildings in Port of Spain, it was you, the people, who decided to give Kamala Persad-Bissessar, who continued the hemorrhage because she refused to complete the buildings that Mr. Manning was building, to remove all the government offices from rental places belonging to the same 1% that you all want to always be bashing. So for they to have the money right now, it is your fault. TLM is not a 1% party, a Syrian party, because who gave all the Syrian the land in Shagaramas? Not the PLM. Who leased out land for $1 a year and then rented back to $400,000 a month? Was the UNC, not the PLM. So get your facts right. The problem is, yes, we have a problem in the black community. One of the biggest problems in the black community is the men, or should I say little boys, because they have a problem with handling their responsibility. And if the women will hold them to task, I just always say the women have the power. But if you continue to run down bandits and gangster, if you stop gangster, it's done. Because once he realizes that he can't pull no girl once he's a gangster. But you know what? He won't be on that anymore. But as long as you continue to take that as a point of boast, my man is a bad man.
Thank you so much, caller. All right, let me read some messages. Celia Shadi says, "Hey, Aisha Wells. Good afternoon. I don't usually call or text. However, I do wish you can read my message. We need to stop justify this race nonsense. Be proud of who you are, and please know that we are all made in the image and likeness of God first. God did not make race, nor did he teach race. And let us first remember that a child is not born with racism in their genes. Parents, in some cases, these are the results and the training of the child's actions. As adults, let's remember that love begets love, and we go to the hospital. We can't say which nurse or doctor we want. What we can do is challenge. We can again choose our lecturer. When you go to college, we can choose our lecturer. We can't go on like this. However, we must remember that there is a lot of doctors and lawyers wealthy, and they are black. All right, there's a lot of voice notes. Let me see if I can get them in very quickly.
Good afternoon, Aisha. It's time for us as black people to stop depending on government and always looking for the government. As I heard Mr. Pina earlier said that we black people they protest because of what we want to get from the system, or we really protest because of the things we fed up of. And most of the times because we fed up of things that are going on in the community. Some of us do protest because of the social services we want to get, but most of the time it's because of things that we fed up of. If we are black people, start to educate ourselves proper and stop making we trying on them put on the wrong path. We have to take responsibility for the actions we ourselves and for how we grow our own children, how we educate them, not just depend on the education system that they have in place for each children. We have to educate each children from home as well.
Thank you so much. Let's see who's there. Caller, you live.
Hi, good afternoon again, Aisha.
Hi.
And I'm glad how you before you took a call, you dealt with that lady who, of course, is full of hate and comparing ourselves. And Aisha, I told Mr. Pinal once, there's a hidden group of people, middle-class Africans, who don't make much noise. Your caller before, with the well-spoken St. Joseph Convent accent, which is a good school, mind you. Some of them is just exaggerated.
She was a voice noter, so she called she sent a message via voice note.
And talking that she's a TNM and, she's supporting is a hurt. The election loss is hurting, So she come to tell me now that African people, if I were to take you in to areas where East Indian people live, worse than African people. So I don't know if her head is in the clouds. Worse than African people. Poverty. Just like any one of us in certain areas. But you know what? You made a point earlier I'll let the lady learn. I hope she's listening. That African people culture is a little bit different. We are more boisterous. We are not more noisy. That's our nature. It doesn't mean to say that we are poor, you know. And that's why the problem is the middle class group plus the lower end who listen, they listen very well. And they vote too. And we're hurting all they feel that yes, there are African people in the UNC. And of course Kamala Prasad. And if you don't know, lady, it's a charade. So she put them in the front as though to portray this effort of national unity. But her conversation is different. African people notice it. And they voted accordingly. And that's what you're hurting about, you know. You feel that all of us poor. We don't have business. And so on. And by the way, if I were to look at the Syrian community, if I were to say that, almost 80% of the employees are African people. So let Dr. If you feel so, let him be a Syrian lover. You're fast and out of place and come here with your well-spoken self to tell me that we poor and we family. Aisha, I like how you put her in a place. You with your angry self come on the radio with your voice note today to tell us we this and we that and we poor. And no, we have a finger and we show you all who hurting that 322,000 people out there are listening against your 309 who want to put back in a woman who, if you give me a laptop, I will give you almost $800 billion industry Trinidad and Tobago to run. Whatever next thing come in, go back and run your school and run your community and boast about it next time. Take care, Aisha.
Thank you so much. Sorry, caller, the volume was down.
How that woman sounding like an Indian playing African, so move and go away, man. Mash.
I don't know what's going on with my international line. The call keeps dropping. Caller, you live.
Hi, good afternoon, Aisha.
Hi.
Olga here.
Hey, how you doing, bro?
Well, I'm doing good. I sit down here and I come from Port of Spain, so I eating some food here.
Very nice.
I hear a lady speak, and the way she's speaking, and hear the line she going down. Black people, you know, they have nothing, but Indian people have all the means in which they could put their family on a plane and things. She really know what she's talking about. The amount of rich African people I know in Trinidad here, we drive the best, we live in the best, and they're rich just as much as Indian people. And Indian people is black people. I don't know where they get this from as a little fair skin that they're white, they are not white. And when an Indian girl need a good, strong man, it's an African man they just go for. Plenty of them. Right? Because they know the vibration different. So them can't tell we nothing. And from darkness, everything come to light. You understand? So all of them come from we. If they know the history. You understand? And it's time, and they hurting bad, and you're going to hear it and she. But they had to live with Dr. Rowley for the next 5 years. And he will live on their eyebrow. Every time they look up, they see him. So let them feel that pain. We don't want no drunkard. We want class and standard. You understand? And statesmanship and things. We don't want nobody drunken talking to we and only talking at such a judgmental race. We just embrace everybody. If a Indian daughter-in-law had to come up to African, the mother-in-law PPA and she boasting my Indian daughter-in-law coming up the TV and embracing. You check them. One of them win like you, either the brother or the sister. We'll show you funny ways. Weed is not like that. Cut it out. It wouldn't work. Go on.
Pleasant good afternoon, Aisha Wells. I've seen a lot of African posting a sort of racism post from the Indians and condemning it. I just hope when our own brother buy a car, we'll be happy for him the next time. When our neighbor, our brother, tile any illegally hard and a little sand falling, we drain, we don't get vexed. I hope when your brother start a little business, you will repost the business on Facebook. I hope when your own brother shoot and kill another brother on your street, that you go and make a report. I just hope if we're trying to fix others, we should fix ourselves first as well. Start at home.
That woman is Indian playing African. Listen to she voice.
All right, I just have about a few minutes left. Let me see how much calls I can get in here. Caller, you live.
Sure, let me say this, all right? To my African people, absolutely nothing is wrong with us. We are a very special kind of people, but let's get to the heart of the matter. Let me tell you something. I've been looking closely at what has happened, especially in Belmont and Laventille and East Port of Spain for the last 10 years. Let me remind everybody about this and what has caused the state of affairs to be the way it is. About 15 years ago or more, a wonderful idea about 2020 vision came about, somewhere since in 2000. And by the time it was 2007, Mr. Manning was genuinely attempted to transform Port of Spain. However, the 2020 vision came and lost an election. The 2020 vision had a stroke, died. And there are certain other people, both that Indian lady and the gentleman, the Honorable Keith Christopher Rowley, who is there now. They have spoken about that 2020 vision, and now I'm hearing about some 2030 vision. I am saying it cannot be business as usual. I heard Fitzgerald Hines said the other day on a show with Natalie Legore that those constituencies are considered to be the crown jewel constituencies of the PNM. So the question is, you have put those constituencies on temporary suspend for about 20 years now. The last 10 years, you have left them there on temporary suspend. Let me explain what temporary suspend is. You know when you have a cell phone contract with the cell phone company here in the United States, this is what happened. You plan to go away for about 5 months. Call the company and say, I still want to have a relation with you. I don't want to lose my number with you. So the PNM has said to the people in those constituencies, you know what? I want to maintain a relationship with you. And I want to maintain a relationship with me. So I don't want to lose service with you. So I want to put you on temporary suspend until I come back. And let me say this, the entire country has continued to look at those constituencies while they have been on temporary suspend. What do you expect to happen to those constituencies?
Thank you, caller. I just have a minute to go. We're out of time. The countdown is on. All right, someone just texted, our world is not divided by race, color, gender, or religion. Our world is divided by wise people and fools. And the fools divided themselves by race, color, gender, or religion. I can't take any more calls. I can't. I just have a minute to go, guys. Let me see if I can read out some of the messages quickly within this last minute. All right. A man was never allowed to dominate man. God will always be God and he is mighty. Thank you so much. Someone else says, both sides promoted racism among us. I think if they both hit the platform and apologize, let us citizens move on as one body. We never had all this before. Why now? Dina Ryan Mahabir said them Marabantas will kill that woman or what? And Swanky Francis said, what about those Indians posting things about Africans? Guys, this is why I leave it until tomorrow, Friday. As I usually say, TNT, do a good deed today. Until tomorrow, when we come with something else, something new, something hot, on the official station that defends the nation, the Street 919 FM. Have a good one.
We know the streets because we talk to the streets. Come talk with us on the Street 919 FM. Get interactive with the Street 919 FM.
All day, every day. See us all live on our Facebook page.
Share and comment on our show.
Like our page.
Chat with our live on-air announcers.
The Street 919's Facebook page.
Live and interactive all day, every day.
Feel good music.